What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Ria Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Friday. Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday.
Francesca. Your hair looks magnificent.
Oh, thank you so much. Touch up.
You know, it's just to die for. And I texted you this last week, and I was like, I just eat your hair up.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's a problem people have, you know?
What?
Like the people that eat hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's a thing.
My strange addiction?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant that I really love the color.
No, I know.
I
it
feel
just
like
made me think
it just
of that.
accentuates your beauty
Thank
in
you.
the highest of levels.
Thank you. I have played around with a lot of different hair colors in the last probably 8 years.
Just formulas.
Yeah.
Different shades of
lighter,
kind of the
darker
same.
highlights, blonde highlights, more like copper highlights. This darker tone I like a lot.
I love it.
So
I think it's so
I think
perfect.
I think I finally found the mix.
It just matches your eyes and your skin
Thank
tone,
you.
like everything so perfectly.
Thank
I
you
just
so
love
much.
it. Looks fabulous.
Thank you
A
so
nice little
much.
free refresh before Fiji.
Exactly.
I'm gonna do the
One
same
weekend
thing tomorrow.
left. One weekend left.
And we're recording on Saturday, which we've never done before. We're recording on Saturday for our episode from Monday, so our episode Monday will be out earlier than usual. It will be out on Monday, but
I
just
am not happy about that.
Well, what else would you like?
No,
us
we
to
don't.
do,
We quite
Francesca?
literally don't
we
have a
to record
choice.
on Saturday.
No, we don't. We really don't have a choice.
We don't. We got to get the episode out.
It's just
because we are leaving.
I got places to be, people to see.
We are leaving for Fiji on Monday,
Yep.
which is going to be so much fun, and so excited to give you guys all the coverage from Love Island in Fiji. Can't wait for that. I do have something to say, though. Something very important to say. I got chemicals in me right now. You see that? You see that little thing about tampons?
No.
About how tampons have all these, like, this article came out. Like, did you guys see that? All this art, like, tampons have blah, 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 blah. And I have a tampon in right now. I put one in this morning, and as I was putting it in, I
like
said,
certain brands or all of them.
They didn't name the brands.
Oh,
which I think was what everyone like.
How about all those like non-toxic tampon brands?
Well, I think what everyone had a problem with was that they didn't name the brands in the article, and so
who wrote the article?
Time Magazine. Arsenic led among toxic metals in tampons, study says. So
it just says in widely used tampons.
Yes, widely used tampons from September 22nd to March 23rd from stores in New York City, Athens, and London. From two popular online retailers, they tested 30 tampons, and they found these metals and
across
such.
14 brands and 18 product lines, and found all 16 types of metals they were testing for in every product.
And yet didn't say the brands, and I had to pop one in this morning. Had to go about my day and pop one in. So yeah, just wanted to lead off with that.
That's so interesting.
It is. I feel like it would be helpful if they named the brands, but I think maybe
it sounds like a lot of them,
and maybe they can't name the brands for like other I don't know when it comes to legal aspects.
Yeah, there were
of
also
them not being
variants
able to name the brands.
There were also variants in metal levels depending on whether the tampons were organic or non-organic.
Yeah, but they're not being very clear with the article.
The authors wrote that some metals may be more abundant in organic cotton tampons due to the use of fertilizers prevalent in the soil of organic cotton fields.
Yeah, so that's a real joy, you know?
Yeah, it's just fascinating to me that they just can put this out there in the world and not, and then everyone is just going about their day.
They just drop this little bomb and they're like, all right, that's it. And it's like, oh, okay.
Jenny Shearston, the study's lead author, told Sky News, "I really hope that manufacturers are required to test their products for metals, especially for toxic metals." Clearly not. You're the one that just did the study that says they're in them.
Yeah, it's bad. I don't know. And we're a lot of us are still going to use them.
Man, a
lot of us are still going to use them.
Everything that we need is killing us somehow.
Yeah. They say that song. Kill me softly.
Seriously.
Yeah. Well,
slowly.
So yeah, I'll still be going to Fiji, but
it's toxic shit everywhere.
It is.
And
that's another thing, the water in Fiji.
Yeah, well, that's
I think it's okay. I don't think it's like.
Yeah, my friend got a parasite years ago when we were in high school, when she went to Fiji for like a high school program thing, and she texted me and was like, just have fun, but like make sure you don't drink the tap water. And I was like, okay,
right,
noted.
which is like whatever, bottled water.
Yeah,
but it's
bottled water. You know what I mean?
You can brush your teeth. I think you'll be okay.
But that's so many places where they say because it's mainly because your stomach's just not used to it.
Yeah.
Like the people that live there are fine because their stomach is used to
different minerals and such.
Exactly.
I don't know if minerals is the right word there.
Yeah, but it fits.
Something like that.
Something minerals. I like that. That fits.
I did something really exciting this morning.
What was it?
Mailed out my wedding invites.
Nice.
They've been put in the mail.
Wow. Are you going to be like checking for the RSVPs?
Yes. I'm very excited. We did online RSVPs.
Smart.
I wasn't doing the whole little card and the other little card and the stamp and the mail it back. Mostly because I am so, like, just my own personal opinion, my own personal experience. I am so bad at sending those back. Like, I never remember to send those back. And now that like you can do it online, I'm like, I feel like this is just.
Oh, I think that's genius. I think
it's easier for me to track.
I think it's easier for everybody except for maybe older relatives that don't know how to do it, but they'll figure it out. Someone will tell them how to do it.
We had I was in Martha's Vineyard and my mom was like, well, we're sending out the invitations. I'm like, oh, where are you sending them to? She was like, no, they're sending them out. I was like, Mom, no. They don't. The stationery place does not mail out our invitations. Yeah. I'm like, you have to get all of our invites shipped somewhere. Yeah. And then we have to do it. Right. She was like, what? I was like, oh my God. Okay, send them. So like, send them to New York. Send them to me. Joe and I did them last night. Stuffed them up. Sealed them with a stamp. Underrated part of mailing things, because I don't think a lot of people mail things these days. How many stamps one needs for certain letters and whatnot. My invites have a little weight to them.
So you need more stamps.
Little weight to them. So I put stamps on all of them last night. Just one, normal stamp. And then I went to the post office and I was like, I should really check because I don't know if this is right. And the lovely lady at the post office was like, nope, this is not enough.
Damn, so you had to like restamp
them all? So I was in the post office. I had to get the 2-ounce stamps and had to restamp all of them, which I just did in the post office. Took me 30 minutes. It wasn't too bad.
You got it done.
Yes. And away they went.
Beautiful. Now you'll just be like, ooh, checking your RSVPs online. Oh, that's so exciting. I know. I can't wait to see the invitation.
I know. And I'm excited to, yours is getting hand delivered.
Like a pigeon.
Yours is getting hand delivered. Take it as special. Hand delivery, personalized. It is hand delivery.
Thank you very much.
Putting it in your hand, mostly because it's totally my bad. Like between sending save the dates and now, obviously it's been many months, and some people have moved, and I have changed some addresses, and then some I was like, oh fuck.
It's the ones you care about the most. That you forget about.
Yeah. 3 of my bridesmaids, I did it too.
Yeah, exactly. The ones you care about the most, you forget about.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh shit. So I will be, those will be hand delivered.
And I will accept it with open arms. Yeah. And I will RSVP in front of your face.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
And online, just so you can have the count.
Yeah. That would be
That helps the count. You want to do like a +1 thing.
Yep.
But that is so exciting. I can't wait to see them.
I'm excited to see, and I feel like I personally love seating charts and like all things like that. I'm excited to do that.
Yeah, people get stressed out about that. Yeah. But I think it's stressful and fun.
I love
you're laughing about like who's with who a little bit.
Because I love matchmaking.
True. Maybe
and not that there's really that many singles that are going to be at my wedding, but just like new friends.
Yeah, these people get along.
Yeah,
why not?
Yeah.
That is very exciting.
Party table, kid table, cousin table. All those fun things.
It's coming on up. It's coming on up right around the corner.
Yeah, it's
so soon. Yeah, so exciting.
Yeah. I did get a little nervous about my my dress alterations because I was like, oh, I'll make my appointment when we come back from vacation. And then we just got slapped in the face with Fiji, which I'm so excited for.
Yeah, we got welcomed with open
Oh
arms
no,
to
slapped
Fiji.
in the face. I mean, in the best way possible. You know,
Right.
We had quick turnaround.
Yeah.
So that delays
Delays the dress alterations.
that a little bit, which is not too bad
It's
because
not
I'm still in
yeah.
like. If I wait any longer from when we like immediately come home, then I'm pushing.
No,
it,
you'll
but-
be completely okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
You'll be completely okay.
Yeah.
So
I know.
exciting! So many exciting months ahead.
I know.
Ah, the summer is flying by already, and then before
really
you know,
is.
it's gonna be the fall, and
It
before you know, you're gonna be a
really
married
is.
girl, and then you're gonna be on your honeymoon, and then you're gonna have a husband. So exciting!
Wild.
It is wild. Shall we get into the rest of the show?
Yeah.
Noah, how are you feeling? How are you feeling about going to Fiji?
I'm very excited. Part of me is like, multiple people have asked me, like, are you going to shop for some new clothes? And I'm like, should I? Like, should I?
Maybe
I
should
think
get
you
some
guys said that
maybe
to
you
me
should get
too.
some fits off.
I am having deja vu because you did say this last
Yeah.
episode that you were asked.
Here,
about
I'll
new
give you
clothes.
a little tip. There are some great men's sets on Abercrombie that have the top and the bottom
And the shorts,
matching
yeah.
set. It's like linen set.
I do have, these shorts are linen. from
yeah,
Abercrombie.
and Marty has quite a few of the sets that he's excited to wear to the Jersey Shore.
Monochrome, like,
Yeah, like he has like a green
Yeah.
one, a white one. Like they're just perfect for the summer for a guy. So take a look at that.
okay.
Yeah,
I
because
think I have
we're gonna
some-
pop off with some fits while we're there. No,
Yeah.
You got. I
Yeah.
mean, we got.
I already
Yeah, it
ordered
takes
one
a-
thing.
I'm
Yeah.
sensing quite the Noah Ives Instagram post.
The dump
Oh.
from Fiji is
Fiji.
gonna
Guys,
go
get ready for
crazy.
this dump.
There might be more than one.
Talk about movie night part 3.
Yeah.
Noah's Instagram post
This could be the most anticipated dump.
of all
Ever.
time. You know, I'm gonna make it a point that we take fucking awesome pictures
Yeah.
of you,
Are you gonna bring- do you have, like,
and
a
us
camera?
together. Yeah, I'm bringing. A
Oh
camera.
yeah, I'm
Okay,
bringing
good.
my camera too.
That we take awesome pictures all together and just of you because I want you to have like I want to
I
hype
thought you were
up.
going to say, you want to
Yeah.
make the dump?
I do. That is very important.
You can
Important
also
to me.
like
I
maybe
do wanna
update
make,
your dating profiles.
Yeah,
I don't have any dating profiles.
Well, maybe this would make you get one.
Yeah, you're
I
like,
was
hey, you
thinking
just
about it
become the
recently.
Fiji man.
You were thinking about it recently.
Just like, I wonder what that's all about.
So maybe we'll take some awesome pictures of you in Fiji and we'll make you a hinge.
Oh my god,
Okay.
let's have a full Noah photo shoot in Fiji. This is gonna be.
Yeah, we'll get you with some sunsets.
Oh, this is gonna be fantastic.
Johnny
Wow.
Bananas has been in Fiji and he was doing stuff with Love Island. And he posted a video of him playing the guitar. And my God, the sunset behind him was spectacular.
Can I just be honest? I'm so upset we're not gonna be with Johnny Bananas.
Have we confirmed that?
No,
Like,
I
is
was
he gonna be gone?
I'm gonna ask him.
Because I could see him like
Just, like,
going to
extending
Fiji
his
for this
stay.
and then just like staying in Fiji.
Should I message him right now?
Yeah.
Let's be like, Johnny. You gonna be in Fiji?
He's probably-
I feel like
Bananas.
we'd have a fucking time with Johnny.
Yeah.
He'll be at the airport right now and
Never
cancel
forget.
his flight. Stay.
Never forget, we are best friends with Johnny Bananas.
Oh my god. First look.
little for any new listeners out there, when Johnny Bananas was the host of First Look on NBC, we filmed an episode with him, and the whole premise of the episode was like trusting friends and like being like, oh, we're such good friends, like, can we trust each other? And we did an escape room and everything. So, you know, it goes deep with Johnny Bananas.
we go way back with
He's
Johnny.
probably one of the most recurring guests you've ever had. Like, who's been on the show.
It's been a little bit since we've had
It's
him,
been
but
a
But, like,
bit,
he
but
was
he's
on
been
for a
on
lot.
at least 3 times.
He did come on a couple
I
of
think
times.
more.
Yeah, it would be fun if he was still there. So we will see.
That would be fun.
But let's get into the rest of the
We'd
show.
love to know what's going on in his life.
I
you
know. Maybe he'll tell
New
us.
challenge season is
Oh.
soon, I think, August.
During the weekdays, they sometimes play the challenge, like old episodes. And yesterday we were home and they had one of the old seasons on during the day. And sometimes I like catching that. I'm like, old seasons of the challenge really bring me back.
Did I make up that he like retired? Like, did he say he was done, or
feel
was
like
that
he's
just like he was
maybe-
not
Didn't he
actually
retire,
done?
I
like,
feel like he's
and
maybe
then
done that a
came
couple
back?
times. Like,
Right.
he's like Tom Brady.
Right.
He's like, I'm done. and
Because
then
I
he
know
comes
like
back.
the new season is like a big like eras one, right? It's the challenge 40 Battle of the Eras. 40 legends, 40 seasons. 40 seasons is wild.
That's crazy. Also, it looks like he's in Florida right now. I don't think he's in Fiji anymore.
Shit.
Come back!
Damn it.
Come on!
So yeah, it's like, but I mean, this new season of the challenge looks awesome. It is like a full like what year, what season you came in. It's like they're all grouped together.
I love that.
You know who was at Hannah Berner's?
Paul.
Paulie.
Yeah, Paulie.
And he is an enigma
Is
to me.
Paulie and Cara Maria still together?
I don't know.
It seems like it's always an on and off.
It
type of
had been
relationship.
for a while.
They were on and off for a while. So I'm curious.
Let's look at her Instagram. He's not prominently featured
Maybe it's their off time.
in anything I've seen.
All right, well, let's get into the rest of the episode.
He's in this video.
Do you guys play
When's
Wordle?
that from? December.
I keep saying let's get into the rest of the episode, and I feel like I'm just being ignored. So you guys let me know when you want to get into the rest of the episode.
I was
Noah, but
answering the
Noah,
question.
I don't even
Fran, I
hear
bet
what
you
Noah
do.
just said.
I said,
I was
do
ready
you-
I was ready to go into it. What
Do
did
you
what
do
did he
Wordle?
say?
Wordle?
Wordle. Are you
No.
a Wordle player?
No, I like the other one. Connections.
No, I was just gonna say I just started to try to get into it recently because my mom was playing, and it makes me feel so dumb. I can't. I just
You're
I
like
feel like you're
3
like
years
really
late.
late to the game for Wordle. Like Wordle's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
not as cool as like Connections or like
I don't even know what connection is. I used
The
to
other
always
New
see
York
people
Times
post
games.
those like boxes, and I didn't know what it was. I was like, "What is this?"
For the past couple
Well, that
years.
was Wordle. So like Wordle was its own individual thing, and then the New York Times purchased Wordle.
Yeah.
So now it's all through the New York Times.
Yeah.
So when you go on to like
I
if you
saw
have
the
the New
other
York
games,
Times like
yeah.
games app, they have other. You can do
Yeah.
the mini crossword. You could do the actual crossword. You could do Connections. Connections is fun. Connections is like you get 16 words, and they're all boxes, and you have to figure out how like they're grouped together. So this is like a very elementary example, but it'd be like microphone, camera, couch, and me. Like it'd be like
Podcast.
yeah, it'd be like, and you would like group.
Yay!
He
Yes.
got it.
It'd be like podcast equipment.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah.
So you have to that kind of
Oh,
thing.
that sounds
But
easier
it's
than Wordle.
no, it's like the category sometimes are you're like, what the fuck? You're like, you would never even think of that. But it's fun. You should check it out.
Okay.
Yeah, check out all the new games.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the rest of the
I can't believe you just
episode.
randomly brought up Wordle. That was so random.
I know. Well, clearly he's itching to play.
Yeah.
He's
No,
like,
I was just like, I think I gave up because I'm like, it makes me feel really dumb.
What's your first word? That do you always use the
My
same first
mom,
word?
I use the one that my mom uses, which is great,
Great.
but
EAT or great like ATE? Like a great?
oh no, great, like
Like that's great.
REAT, great.
REAT. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
I'm just saying great,
yeah. The normal one.
Yeah. I would use pause. Gets a lot of vowels.
Yeah.
And then and an S. Okay, moving on.
Ria's just not speaking until we finish talking about
We
Wordle.
finished talking about Wordle. I'm done talking about Wordle.
I want someone else to say, let's get into the rest of the episode because I'm afraid to say it.
I think Noah should do it.
Okay.
All right, guys, let's get into the topics.
All right, we're going to be talking about Love Island USA, and we have a great interview with Hannah Berner. We love Hannah. So excited for her and her new special on Netflix, We Ride at Dawn. And we have a great game of trivia. So let's get into it, starting off with Love Island. Summer is heating up, and Macy's is here for all the big and small moments. I just got a cute new pair of sandals from Macy's because honestly, when the summer comes around, I get confused on what kind of sandals to wear. I don't know what's in, I don't know what's out, but you know what? I don't care anymore as long as I think they're cute, and I found a really cute pair at Macy's that I'm going to rock all summer long. Black with a platform. They can match any outfit that you wear during the summer. And that's why Macy's has your back. Either big, small, sundresses, summer dresses, skirts, tank tops, jean shorts, casual. They have it all at Macy's. From your next barbecue to a next little mini vacation, Macy's has you covered. So shop at Macy's.com/summerhits or in the store. You know, if you're in the city, you could head to the big Macy's store at Herald Square in New York City. Or if you're not in New York City, which a lot of you are not, then shop online or go to a Macy's near you and shop the summer hits. All right, Love Island USA. It's taken over the world.
Yeah.
It's taken the world by storm.
It's interesting. We want to talk about it. We want to talk about what's really going on the internet as well, because obviously the second part of movie night has aired and we haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
So that could potentially be filling in a lot of the blanks that a lot of people are having right now. I feel like everybody really jumped to a lot of conclusions on the internet and had some very visceral reactions to movie night without seeing part 2 of movie night. We don't know how movie night ends. So that was like a whole blank space that we're missing. But like I said, we can't talk about it. We can only really talk about what's been going on like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, earlier Thursday. And it's taken the world by storm, and I don't know if it's in the right way.
It's mayhem. And let me just say,
Mayhem and I hope there's a lot of listeners out there that are like, God, I have no idea what these two are even talking about. I'm just watching the show and enjoying it. God bless. I wish I could be like you. I wish I could be enjoying the show and not having every video on my TikTok be about Love Island and having them literally make me think I'm going crazy.
Me too. We've talked about this off camera because we both were thinking the same way and then talked about it and felt like we both were going crazy because the reaction online, like at first, this was it's still fun to watch. And at first it was such a fun season and like the discourse around it was funny and fun and oh my God, we love reality TV. We love drama. People were rooting for crazy things to happen because it's reality TV and the people on the show know like that they signed up for crazy reality TV. And so as a viewer, you were like, this is so fun and like crazy and oh my gosh. And I feel like it's taken on a different beast where like, there are a lot of people watching that are now attacking other people for having different opinions or just attacking the show.
They're just sucking the fun right out of it.
And exactly. And it's like, I think everybody can have their own opinion and everyone can discuss the show. But like, I've seen people talk about how they've had opinions about the show and have had people message them and attacking them and like threatening them, like threatening their lives, which is really scary to think that somebody can have an opinion about a show, a reality TV show where there's a lot of games involved, and that people can like get to the point where they're threatening people is really out of line and scary to me. Like, I just think that takes the fun out of it and it's just not that serious. Like, it's just at the end of the day, it is a fun show that we all enjoy watching and it shouldn't be as serious to start attacking people like online. Like it's gotten really crazy in my opinion. I do have opinions.
Not that deep.
No. And like, I just feel like some things I'm just like, I don't get.
It really feels like because this season is so popular that there's a lot of first time watchers and they've never seen the show. They don't know how the show works. And they want things to go in all like the appropriate, accurate way. And I just don't think that that's a realistic way to watch. And it sounds silly because I'm saying realistic way to watch reality TV. But reality TV is warped and you need drama. You need people that don't have a good moral compass. You need people who are making wrong decisions. You need people that are maybe quote unquote villains. You need those people or else the show is boring and you're not watching the show.
Right.
And that's why this show is doing so well right now because it's been unhinged. And so when everyone's crying on the internet, these people need to go home. These people need to go home. It's like, well, you're watching because it's so crazy right now. And part of that reason is because of those people. And I don't know, like I said, maybe it's new people are watching the show. I've seen a lot like movie night is the most manipulative thing I've ever seen. Like, it's like, yeah, that's
movie night.
That's kind of the point. Like,
and if you've been watching Love Island,
I'm not saying it's right.
No,
I'm not saying it's right.
It's a reality show.
But yeah, that's a reality. It's like what do you expect them to sit back and watch the entire show and get every single second of context? Like, movie night is supposed to be short, out of context clips that piss people off. Like, that's what they're trying to do.
That is movie night.
And they're bullying the contestants. They're bullying Leah. Like, this is like manipulation from the producers. I'm like, I don't quite understand what is happening. And you sent me a tweet that was so funny. It was like, damn, I wish I remember when like Love Island USA was like niche. It was like,
Yeah, it's like,
and I don't know. I think maybe it's like different places go through this, right? Like there was the American fans who watched Love Island UK and they've watched it for years and they know what it's about. When Love Island UK was first starting too and like popping off 3, 4, 5, like 6, and it still does, but it's such a big thing in the UK. And now I feel like they had those years where the public feedback was bad, like really bad. And they've sort of, I hope, I mean, I could be making assumptions because I don't really know what the conversation is like in the UK, you know? But it feels like from what I've seen when new seasons come out that it's not as bad as it was. That could be wrong, but and I just feel like now the American viewers are in that. Like we're in that early, like now oh my God, now everybody's watching and it's taken on like a whole new meaning.
and I agree. And I just feel like, here's the thing. We've said this entire time that Leah was in the right when it came to the Rob situation.
Totally.
Like Leah had every right to be pissed off.
Rob is emotionally immature.
Yes.
He is an idiot guy.
He has rocks for brain.
He 100%, like he got emotional and started crying in that fight also, like because he couldn't handle his feelings, and I feel like he also just couldn't man up and be like, hey, I like Andrea more.
Exactly.
Like he was trying to sugarcoat it, and then he like got upset about it, and that's fine, and Leah got angry and she popped off about it. But like when we all watch that clip back, that clip happens. You know, like
right. And I think
it happens. They're mad because like they didn't show the reasoning for why it happened. But we all watched it. We still know what happened.
And both Rob and Leah know why that happened.
Yeah.
Because Rob paired up with Andrea.
Yeah.
Like there's no reason to show the recoupling because they all lived through the recoupling.
Yeah.
At movie night, they show clips that maybe one of the other people didn't see.
Yeah. I'll be honest,
They all
I really
sat
wish
there for the Andrea recoupling. So
I just wish they
feel like
didn't. I wish the producers didn't even go back to that moment because I think we had moved past
rehashing it.
I think they should have just stuck with what was going on in Casa.
Yeah.
Like Liv and Leah, I thought they put that to bed. They fought about it and then they moved on and then they brought it back up again and stirred it up. And I felt like that was unnecessary. We didn't need to bring it up again because really, like, that was such a semantics fight.
Well, that's different than what I was talking about. But with that, I think we need to see the footage. Like just show the footage of who wanted Andrea out. Like I think that'll settle it if they just show
I don't think it will though.
The full footage.
This is the thing. I don't think it will. Like the Leah fans, no matter what, are like, Liv did that. Mm-hmm. Even when you watch the clip back, you're like, what? Am I watching a different clip? I just think like that was they're arguing over something that. They just had different meanings of what taking a back seat
that is
meant.
true.
I think Liv thought taking a back seat meant like staying quiet and not saying anything. And I think Leah meant taking a back seat as like, I didn't push my agenda too much. Like when asked, I gave my opinion, but I wasn't leading the conversation. Because yes, Liv is organizing that conversation.
Yeah.
She's like, all right, so it's not going to be Janae. What about Nicole? What about Andrea? And Leah does mention Andrea and says, she's not sure if she's there for the right reasons. And that's kind of all we see. But they're having a discussion. I think what they like freaked out about is that Leah did say her opinions. So that like back seat was like a triggering word for them. Mm-hmm. And they just clearly have different definitions of what that means.
Yeah,
which is fine. It's like such a stupid fight.
It is a stupid fight, and I don't get why the girls are fighting about that. They're
I
letting
really don't
they're
want
letting
the girls to fight about
I don't
it
want
because
them
I
to
like
fight.
Leah and I like Liv.
And the problem at the end of the day is Rob. Like Rob is the issue.
Yes.
He's the reason for the fight. He was very clearly manipulating Leah and really fucked up the whole situation when he recoupled with Andrea and was not honest with Leah. Like that is very, very clear.
Yep.
I just feel like people watching the show, like their favorites can never be wrong.
Yeah.
And like it's okay if the person you love the most on the show is wrong once in a while.
And they
because
should
that,
be.
Because that happens. Because it's a
they're-
reality TV
they're-
show.
everyone
where
is flawed.
Most of
And
them
we-
are wrong
right.
sometimes.
We want our reality TV personalities to be flawed.
Yes.
We don't like everyone can't
That's
be
why we're
perfect.
watching.
I think Leah has had some amazing moments. I
Yeah.
think she's great.
Totally.
And I think she's had some moments where I've been like, oh, like her like when it escalates to her being like, Liv, shut the fuck up. I'm like, we don't need to do that.
Yeah,
You know?
it's just immediately. I agree with that
And-
because I think she's great too, and
Yeah.
I think she's so entertaining, and she's had some really funny
Right.
one-liners, like really
she
funny
is
one-liners.
very funny. She's super enjoyable. And I feel like she is just maybe a little like bitchy in a way that
Yeah.
everybody loves.
Yeah,
You know?
and people are like, she's got some great one-liners, but I think it escalates to like the shut the fuck up, and it's like not letting someone else talk. I don't like that. Then
And
when
Liv has her moments too.
but when
it's
it comes
like
to
Liv, it's like why is like Liv?
Liv,
yeah.
why are you there?
Yeah.
Because you have not made a single connection.
Right.
I'm coming. I'm on the way.
Oh my god, classic.
Jesus.
Bombshell.
Yeah. You're like, I'm here for Liv.
Yeah.
I wonder what's gonna happen with those new bombshells that are gonna come in though. Like I feel like they had that Australian connection
Yeah, that's
when
true.
Harrison comes in.
That is
But I
true,
don't
but I
know if
don't know.
that's, like, the kind
She's
of
had no
casting, too.
connections whatsoever. So at one
Yeah.
point, there's two things
Yeah.
that fly under the radar for me on this show that I think need to get brought up on the show. I think people are discussing them outside. I think they have to be discussed inside. Liv, not having a single connection
Yeah.
there.
No.
2, Kendall. Kendall is the worst. Kendall's the worst. Nicole can do
People love Kendall though.
not me.
Yeah.
Nicole can do so much better than
Yeah.
Kendall. Kendall, the way that he treats the other girls in the villa, especially behind their backs, do you think it's going to be any different for you, Nicole? Like, I know, like, right now, like, you're coupled up and he's treating whatever. Take notice of how he acts not with you, how he
Yeah,
acts to
right.
the other girls. Because he's disrespectful, and I do not like his vibe. The part where he like was like cornering Serena, and like I didn't like it at all. Like
Yeah.
God, and Serena might be my favorite girl on the show. Like I love Serena. I laughed pretty hard when they showed the clip back of her talking about Cordell, and she was laughing because I think in her moment she was like, "Fuck!" Like
Yeah.
I did say those things about Cordell, and I thought that they had like a little good moment with that,
Yeah.
where with the Cheez-Its thing, and I don't know. I really, really like Serena. I think she's my favorite girl right now, and so I didn't like Kendall with the Serena thing. Like I get weird, icky vibes from Kendall, and I think that needs to be discussed more in the show. I think
The problem is I think they
Islanders-
all really I think they all like him.
yeah,
You know?
but I think if they watched it back, they would go,
Yeah.
maybe not,
Yeah.
maybe not.
Yeah. It's I know, and like I said, we'll see what happens for the rest of with the rest of movie night. But the also the interaction between Cordell and Dea when she was like, well, I'm gonna break up with him. Like I know, like it's like I was like, this is so I mean, the pettiness is on another level. Like this girl, like she honestly, like she got caught.
Mm-hmm.
The Odell Beckham thing, and then she made up a story to Cordell, like, oh, my ex was like, I'm like, okay, that doesn't sound legit. I saw the screenshot. It was a picture from not that long ago.
So people are saying that maybe those were photoshopped, which is a dangerous game.
Yeah.
But someone also said like nobody's calling Odell Beckham OBJ unless they like are a fan of OBJ.
Right.
You know?
No, that's very fair.
Like you're not hearing me call him OBJ.
like, yeah, no, like the first time I heard about OBJ,
yeah, it's not flowing like
No.
unless you're a fan.
Yeah, so but that was like her like, no, I'm gonna talk to you today. I want to talk to you. No, I'm gonna talk to you. It's like, all right, like it doesn't have to be this way. And then when she marched right over to Serena to complain about him, I was like, this is a tacky move.
And I kind of love the way Serena's handling it. I think with Dea, she's handling it well. Like, she was just like, ciao. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, all right, okay.
I know.
Like, here's the thing. I'm rooting so hard for Cordell and Serena to win this whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, I need Cordell and Serena to get back to it and, like, win this entire thing. Because I'll be damned if Kendall wins this whole thing. I will. Like,
Right now, they're the clear front runners.
And he's playing a game.
Probably.
He is playing a game.
Yeah. I said it before. I said I think he did that in Casa on purpose.
Yeah.
For all the other guys.
But I'm really rooting for Serena and Cordell in the end. Like, I think,
I hope they can make it work,
I
too.
hope they can make it work. Like, I think they're sweet. I hope they can make it work.
Even though poor decisions. It just feels like Cordell is actually, like, I don't know. Maybe this is naive, but it feels like he realizes he fucked up, and like Aaron is just pathetic, you know. I can't deal with the whole situation anymore because, to be honest, now it's like the longer it goes on, the more I'm like, Kayla, I'm sorry, like you had me and you lost me. Because if you're just gonna keep taking him back and you're getting the signs one after another, and you're still like you cry and then you're like, I don't know, but I really feel like I can trust him. It's like, no, they're showing it to you in shining bright lights.
Totally.
Like you gotta wake up.
No,
like
if
I
she-
thought I
if-
was gonna maybe root for her to like if they could work it out. Like I mean, Aaron I think is actually a piece of shit. So it's like
Yeah, he's disgusting.
It's like the way he said I love you to get out of the fight, and the way he talks down to her every time they're fighting, and he's like, he does the whole like, well, this is how you're like gonna feel, then what are we even doing, you know? It's like, okay, don't pull that shit either.
No, it's crazy. Like, he
He's
couldn't even handle any
crazy.
animosity because Kaylor slept in bed with him the first night that he got back, didn't even make him sweat a little bit. If it's not over after this second movie night, I cannot support
I know,
Kaylor.
it really has
I can't.
to. I know.
can't support Kaylor. I just
know.
can't. Like, stand up for yourself because it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like,
and I
he's
wish the other
clearly-
girls like shook her a little bit.
And I honestly wish Daniela would have been honest with
Yeah.
Kaylor too. Like,
I know.
she played her too, like lying to her, not
I know.
being honest.
I really
and
don't
Kayla-
like that Daniela
and
did
Daniela's
that.
sitting there with a smirk,
Yeah,
like
she's
watching
laughing,
the things. Like, it's not
being like,
funny.
oh no,
like,
this is gonna be bad. It's like, yeah, it is because you're lying too.
because you lied to her. That's
Yeah.
why it's going to be bad. If everyone told her the truth, you know, it would suck to see, but maybe it wouldn't be as bad. But no, everyone lied
It
to her.
seemed like Rob was kind of like shocked a little bit by the clips that were played of Aaron.
Here's the thing with Rob. I feel like he lives
Yeah.
in La La Land, but he was also lying for Aaron, which, you know, it is not like is also bad.
He's
because
lying for Aaron. He's
'cause
doing I don't know.
Here's the thing, like if you're buddy with Aaron, like you can't be trusted. Like
Yeah.
those two guys, they can't be trusted. I will
I
say
also
this
think
though.
that apparently there was something that went down with Sydney Casa, was her name Sydney, the blonde? I think so.
Yeah.
She went on Vile Files and she said that they could hear Kaylor when she was screaming, like, fuck you, Casa, like, fuck you, Aaron. Like, they heard that. And
Yeah.
and
They showed that
and,
on.
No, I know, but she said that, like, that's when Rob was like, oh shit, Aaron, like they got the tat. Like Rob knows because he did it already. You know, like
Yeah.
Rob knows, like, oh, like the girls are probably gonna get a video. Like, so like Rob like warned him, like, oh shit, like that's probably the video. And she said that that's when Aaron like changed his tune and was like, oh, no more Daniela.
Bad. Just
Yeah.
bad. They're bad news. And I'll say this about Rob. Like, we all know Rob is bad. We all know he manipulated Leah. We all know he fucked up that whole situation and really fucked over Leah.
And like, do we all deserve to see those clips of him doing that again? 100%.
Yeah, of course. Like, Leah had every right to be angry with him.
Yeah.
During the first part of movie night, once again, we haven't seen the second part of movie
Yeah,
night, so
right.
I don't know.
We
Like,
could be
so
yeah.
off right now. I just felt like when he was speaking, he just sounded better than he did the whole season.
Right. And
that does
that's
not
another
mean,
thing.
once again, I'm going to make this very, very clear
Yeah.
because if you say that, people think that means you're on Rob's side. I am not on
No.
Rob's side. I think Rob is wrong. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. I just think if he had spoken in basically just like a normal human being
Yeah.
the whole season, he would have been better off.
Yeah.
And I felt like the way he articulated, the way he was feeling, he just spoke a bit better than he had earlier in the season.
Yeah.
And I think
Well, he
that's
doesn't
fair.
talk. That's his problem.
Right. And
So he literally says nothing.
yeah.
most of the time, like
Right.
that tweet says.
Yeah.
Like the passive voice.
Mm-hmm.
And just like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just no, it's not like we've been saying it all season. He is a toxic man. We know that.
Toxic.
Like it's clear as day.
It's very clear.
And that's, that is the way, like, clearly if people think production is giving him a better edit, or the internet's run wild. His brother's a producer. His brother works at Peacock. Like, we're going deep. There's like weird, crazy things running around.
It's just not that. It's not that
it's
deep.
just like, I don't think, like, this is the thing. We're all watching it. We see it. Everyone's forming their opinions. So we know. We're seeing it, Like, they're not. We're seeing what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not all watching and saying, "Oh my God, Leah's bad and Rob's good." Like, nobody's doing that.
Nobody's saying that.
So
it was more just like, right, and that's the thing. Like
why?
that's
Like,
why,
it's like production's doing this to but are they? Because none of us are feeling that
yeah,
way.
like it's not like anybody's on like, and
Yeah.
we said the other night, like, maybe in that moment they may have gotten us
right.
with
But it's also like, when we can joke about this show, don't take that away from me.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't take that. Like, if I want to make a joke of like, I think Rob's manipulating me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Right, like, oh no, is Rob making me feel bad?
Yeah.
Like, you're allowed to say that.
Yeah.
Does not mean we're on Rob's side.
Yes.
Like,
I'm not like all of a sudden be screaming from the mountaintops like Rob's a good
No,
guy. Like,
right,
it's like we're joking around because clearly in that moment what he was doing was trying to make everybody feel bad for him.
and what did it do?
Yeah.
Make some people feel bad for him in the moment, and then quickly you remember what happened. So nobody's like, woo, all aboard the Rob train.
No.
Woo woo, get up. Nope, not that.
No.
I think people have to remember.
Besides Kevin.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like people have to separate the two and remember that, like, two things can be true at once, and like he can be so wrong, and Leah is so right, but like you can,
I just
make
would like
jokes
everybody to
and-
focus their energy back on these men, specifically Aaron,
Yeah, and
because
here's the
let's go
thing.
back and talk about Aaron.
Why aren't we going in on Aaron
I know.
as hard as they're going in on Rob?
And also, like, Liv versus Leah. Like, I'm like, why does it have to be Liv versus Leah? I know that they were arguing, but I don't think it's that deep. And I think they yell at each other in the moment, and then I think they're okay. So it's like, I don't think it's that crazy. And I don't know why it has to be one or the other. Like, you can like Leah and hate, like, everyone's like, you either like Leah and hate Liv, or like Liv and hate Leah. I'm like, I like both of them.
Yeah.
I don't really know
Same.
what, like,
Why does it have to? Why do we have to?
why do we have
teams
to
here?
pit them against each other? That, like, you have to pick a side.
Yeah, and they're still on the show, so it's not like they're off the show doing
Yeah.
press talking about each other. They're still on the show, and
Yeah.
I bet when they get off the show and realize these teams have been created, I don't know if they're gonna love that, because like I feel like you're right. They yell at each other, then they're fine. So I don't know. It's just become like, let's just get back to having fun and making funny commentary and having a good time watching the show. Although it is crazy and this season is so good. And I would like to say, Janae made me laugh in the moment too when she was like, "You girls are better than this," which
Yeah.
I also agreed with. When she was like, "You guys like don't need to be screaming at each other."
Yeah.
Like, you're so right, Janae.
Yep.
Also, Janae and Kenny cracking me up.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for these two.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Janae and Kenny.
They could be the ones that actually win.
Yeah. Janae
Because
and
I think,
Kenny.
like, everybody, like, they might just slide past everybody,
Like, not be in the drama.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Kenny's not into the drama.
Kenny's going to put on his best bow tie and he's going to win this damn show.
He's going to sit down, have an HR conversation,
Yeah.
and just speed right to the top.
You know who I miss? Connor. He was just a vibes
it
guy.
It feels like it's been years since Connor's been
You
on
know
the show.
what's wild is I found out recently, which I had no idea, and it was by friends that put it together, that Connor is brothers with somebody that we all went to college with.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
And we were like,
I feel like you
whoa.
always have somebody that's on a
Yeah,
on
like,
a
I don't
TV
know
show.
how that, like, we were like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, anyways,
Connor, I think, was too normal for what's going
yeah,
on.
I
now.
think here's the final note. Here's the final notes of what's going on. But once again, we didn't see episode 2 of movie
Yeah.
night, so like these things, whatever.
I'm sweating now because I got worked up.
Aaron needs to be taken down. Aaron needs to be taken down.
Well, the problem is like if Kaylor doesn't do it,
needs
then nobody,
to leave his
if
ass.
Kaylor doesn't do it, nobody will, you know?
Right,
That's
but
the
Kaylor
problem.
needs to stand up for herself and leave him. And if she doesn't, then we can't be rooting for her much longer, because there's not much more I could take of her crying her eyes out and then hopping in bed with him. I can't do it anymore. I wish Rob never did what he did to Leah. I just wish he never did that, and I think everybody feels that way. Like, I just wish that never happened, because it did feel like in that moment, like, it was like, damn, like Leah, like, she felt bad, and then you had Rob saying that he really liked Leah. I don't know, it was a whole thing, and I'm like, Leah had every right to be mad about what Rob did.
Totally. He majorly fucked that up.
He fucked the whole thing up. And people loved them as a couple.
Like you.
And here's the thing.
I really like her. I don't let's not forget about the I just don't know about our like sexual chemistry.
Right,
that was such bullshit.
That was crazy. And it just feels like Rob also hasn't had a connection like he had with Leah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they were cute together. There's a reason why people
Rob
like
brought
them.
up at the beginning of his little speech that he made, when he was like, you know, people are still saying like, oh, like do you think you and Leah like could get back together? I'm like, oh, are people saying
right? I was
that?
like, are those conversations still happening?
Are those conversations happening in the villa?
I felt bad for Leah too in that moment, because in her face she like looked like there was like a glimmer of hope there, where like it was, I don't know. It's toxic though. It's real toxic. They
totally.
shouldn't be together.
No.
But if they ended up like reconciling, I think people would
like maybe win.
I think people would go fucking nuts. Like, I think people would like be like, oh my god, wait, we haven't been saying anything bad about Rob. Like, oh,
that would
like
really
you do you, Leah.
That would really throw the Leah stands into a tizzy.
Yeah, because they would
like
have,
how would they'd have to root for
they would have to,
because it's her. She made the choice.
Leah does what Leah wants to do, and if that's her choice, then we got to support.
Right.
Serena and Cordell, I'm seriously rooting for these two. I hope Cordell can get back in Serena's good graces. I liked the little clip that they showed of Serena, because I thought she laughed, he laughed. I thought that was a cute little moment. So I'm rooting for those two. Janae and Kenny, rooting for them as well. Dea.
Yeah, I don't know what else. Movie night might not. There might be more movie night for Serena and Cordell.
Yeah, I know. Which is why I'm saying it now, that I'm hopeful that they can move past it. But I'm really fucking hoping. I don't know. What else could they show? I know. It's bad. But I do feel like Cordell, I mean, that's why I was glad that they showed the clips of Kendall, like, really, like, Cordell, like, she's really into go for it. And Cordell's, like, visually so upset.
Yeah.
And they're like, why are you sad? Like, you should be jumping up and down. Like, I'm like, oh, boy.
I saw such a great tweet. That was, God, shit, I'm not going to be able to find it now, am I? The gist of the tweet was, Casa Amor is such a great case study in how men will do anything to impress their boys, and women, like, stand on their own 2 feet. But, like, men, like, if they're left to their own devices, they just want to, like, show out to their boys and, like, look cool.
Well, especially when the guy is like, come on, what are you upset about? It's like that. I am so off the Kendall train. Like, oh my god, like
I know. I think Cordell did like Dea, but I think a lot of that was all the guys in his ears being like, "This is it, bro. Like she likes you so much. This is so much better than what you had." Like I think that totally like
yeah. I agree with that. And last note, I hope Miguel doesn't switch up on Leah.
Yeah.
Now
I know.
I forgot about that.
I hope not too. Because I feel like he might, but I really hope he doesn't. Because I like them.
I know, I like them too. And I feel like that would be really unfortunate if Miguel just was like, because that doesn't mean that's how she's gonna, like, Miguel, if you don't fuck Leah over, then
and also like don't take it for like the pressure cooker environment that they're in right now.
Right.
You know, like should she and Liv be screaming at each other like that? Like, no.
Yeah.
But don't like change your whole opinion on her because of that, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that. So I hope that's not the case. But once again, I guess everybody listening to this will have known what happens because we are one day early.
Yeah, I really hope this wasn't a pointless 45 minutes.
And if it was a pointless 45 minutes, then everybody knows that we didn't see the second episode yet. So make that very clear before, you know.
Yep.
But I think these opinions
I think a lot of it will still stand.
Will still stand.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, and then we'll have Saturday, and
then we'll be in the fucking
we'll
mix.
Be in
Are
the
you like
mix.
I'm so curious who they're gonna want us to talk to.
I'm like nervous, but I will be completely on whoever we talk to. I will be completely honest,
Totally.
with how I felt about how
Yeah.
they did the season. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I just think they know people are watching a show and have opinions. It's
Yeah.
not like you
Yep.
know they're doing a lot of things on there. So that's it. And
Yep.
let's have fun, everybody. Let's have
I
fun
know.
watching this
Let's
show. Okay,
enjoy
let's enjoy the show.
the show for what it is.
Let's not get
okay?
so worked up. Let's
These
not
are people-
let's not try to take down production.
Right. These are people or Ariana.
Right. Oh my.
Like Ariana had to turn her comments off on her Instagram.
Like poor Ariana. Like she's just there excited
Yeah.
to host the show,
No.
and people are like, Ariana, you got to tell them. They're making a TV show.
Yeah.
Let them make the TV show. Things are and like you said, we're all on Leah's side still.
Yeah. like we're all watching with clear eyes,
Yeah.
like and heads. We see what's happening.
Mhm.
Everyone likes Leah. Like
Yeah.
we're not, it's
No.
not
It's the whatever they think production
Yeah.
is skewing is not, because
right.
it's not like anybody, you know.
Yeah.
So
So
we'll see what happens.
Yep.
But let's have fun, ladies and gentlemen.
I agree. This interview is presented by Coors Light. The perfect summer playlist may be elusive, but one thing is for sure, it gets better when it's enjoyed with a cold Coors Light, because music plus Coors Light equals chill amplified. When you embrace a chill mindset, it's a good time to choose chill and crack open a Coors Light, because it's the only one we choose when we're ready to choose chill. Maybe, guys, it's Friday. Enjoy your Friday. You're headed into the weekend. Maybe it's a beach weekend, pool weekend. You're enjoying the sun. Crack open a Coors Light, pack your cooler, pack your speaker, and when you're playing all your favorite music, make sure a Coors Light is right there next to you. So amplify your chill this summer with Coors Light. Choose chill, choose Coors Light. Go to CoorsLight.com/summermusic to see how Coors Light can amplify your summer, and be sure to keep an eye out on Coors Light's social handles all summer long for more exciting announcements. And always, celebrate responsibly from Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
All right, everyone, we are here with a very, very special guest. We are joined by the hilarious Hannah Berner, whose comedy special is out now on Netflix. By the time you listen to this, it will be out. It's called We Ride at Dawn. Thank you so much for coming back in. It's been quite some time.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me. I also just had a flashback to back in the day. I used to work at Betches editing videos, and I used to see you guys like popping off, and I was like, oh my God, I want to one day like meet these girls, because they're so like, they're just so badass and cool, and I'm like, now you're my friends. I still like have trouble processing it, but anyway, shout out to you guys too.
Teary-eyed
You guys have been doing this for like 400 years, and you're only 21 years old.
It has been.
It's been a long time.
It gets annoying. Yeah, literally.
How many years I've been talking?
Fran has the voice to
doing
prove it.
podcasts
Back
for a
in
long
the day, we used to send pigeons for podcasts.
By the time we're 80, we're gonna be talking like
You guys will never
literally
stop.
chain smoking. Yeah, I mean I bring this up constantly, but I started when I was 19,
Yeah.
and I,
He's
honestly,
like, when do I retire?
no,
like,
seriously,
2 years?
because
Like-
my birthday is in 2 weeks, and I'll be 27, and I'm like, whoa.
When I was
like,
25,
what?
I remember like listening to the episodes and being like, how are these girls like so young? And but you guys, yeah, you've been in this industry a long time.
Oh my God!
A lot of
Well,
stuff
thank
going
you
up
so
and
much.
down.
Honestly, that just warmed my heart
Yeah.
completely.
You gotta give credit
And
where credit's
you
due.
are absolutely crushing it. Like it's
my
just you've also been in the industry for a long time.
I have had different moments in the entertainment industry. This town is crazy, I'll
Yeah,
tell you.
it
What if I
really
talk
is.
like that
It's
the
a
whole time?
nice reminiscing.
I know. I feel like we just all like changed personalities. And
Yeah.
we're not gonna do this the whole show.
I love
I wish we had cigarettes.
I love
Unlit.
whenever something happens to me, I feel like I have to come into Chicks in the Office to just be like, where are we? How are we
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
And you're my like sit down. But I do feel like if previous things hadn't happened to me, I wouldn't have even cared to try to get a Netflix special. Which is so funny. People, because it's a crazy thing to be on the road for 3 years, you know, can't see your family, you know, you're eating enchiladas at 2 a.m. crying. And it's like, I got motivation from, you know, whatever motivates you. And I'm almost jealous of people who are just like at peace with themselves and don't have to chase an unnecessary dream. But with that said, whatever drives
Until you get the
drives you.
dream.
But
And
now
then it's all fucking worth it.
You've done it. We Ride at Dawn. What
you.
inspired the name?
It's so funny. I have like hundreds of names in my phone of what I wanted to call it. I feel like a title, it's like a podcast title.
Yeah.
It either comes to you immediately or you're like, I have no idea. And people judge you by the title.
Mm-hmm.
And I love when people say the title in the special. Like, you know, when it comes up and the comic says it and you're like, that's the title of the special. But I didn't have a word that was like hitting. And then I saw the We Ride at Dawn memes and I thought it was everything that I like want to be. Like, it's funny, but it's also like strong, and it's like getting the girls together.
Yeah. Good rally cry.
Yes.
It's a good name for a comedy special. Like when you
Thank
hear
you.
We Ride at Dawn, you're like, that's a comedy special name.
Well, there's very specifics there. Like, you don't want too many words, you don't want too few words. It's a whole thing. And it took me a long time, but I have a joke. One of my favorite bits is how, for gun safety, I think legally all the guns should just be given to the girls. Because I joke, like, we'll lose it in our car and all this stuff. Or we'll leave it in the Uber or our room. And there's a point in it where I added me saying We Ride at Dawn in that joke to make it
work.
full circle.
Perfect.
So I did
So
some
you'll have that moment
finessing.
where it's like, that's
We Ride
it.
at Dawn, I say it.
Would you ever reveal some of the names you were thinking about naming it?
Oh, yeah, I have horrible names. I can pull it up.
Should
go through them.
Should we go through them and rate them?
And it's bad when you start sharing it with people who like don't want to even talk to you, and I'm like, do you think this is a good stand-up special name? And they're like, I don't know. I literally call it special titles. My mom started writing in it.
Yes, it's a shared. It's a shared.
I want to hear
so-
the first one written down. After
Okay,
that, because that's like you're really starting off.
This is really bad. The first one is Silly Goose Era. That, like, I am so embarrassed. I just said that out loud.
That's like what I would name my comedy special, which is not a good sign.
No, I was there. Just put it down.
Immediately when I heard that, it was you could do better.
100%. And then I wrote That's What She Said, which again, it's nothing specific. It's just funny. I wrote Dump Truck because I have a fat butt, and then I was like, that's nothing to do with any joke.
Right.
I have a fat butt comedy special.
Yes, I wanted to call it Han Solo, like Han Solo.
Yeah.
They were like, legally, there's no way we
Right,
can
right,
call
right,
it
that's-
that.
yeah.
You're not getting through with
You
that
can't
one.
afford that one. Then one of my agents was like, call it period piece because I'm a girl, and I was like, no, because I don't have one joke about
Right.
my period in it.
Like
I wanted to call it
classic because I'm a girl.
Yeah.
class, good one. Yeah, a runner up was Hot Mic.
Okay.
Because my last name's Berner, and Hot Mic is a like kind of a shout out to reality TV,
Right. Yeah.
because like I've had hot mic
Right.
situations that fucked me, so I thought it was like a subtle full circle moment.
So true.
But Mike MIC just looked weird, and I didn't
it's
love
like
it.
it's like short.
Yeah.
And it's
you're
like
not
the
gonna be
same
the hot
amount of
mic,
letters, like
hot
hot mic.
microphone.
Yeah, hot microphone
Yeah,
sounds
yeah,
weird.
yeah.
It sounds like something bad's happening. I wrote no notes because that's like an inside joke with Giggly Squad, but then I was like, that's Giggly Squad. I wanted to call it choking, but people were like, that's not good energy because I have like a bit about choking.
I like choking.
I wanted to call it revolver, and they were like, absolutely not. I wanted to call it platinum brunette. That was just me, like, no.
Yeah.
At one point I wrote words I said. That was when I was in a dark place. I wanted to call it loose cannon because I have a Nick Cannon joke. Read the room. Some of them are so bad. I almost called it hard launch.
Okay.
Hard Launch is
like Hard
good.
Launch.
First
I do
comedy
like Hard-
special on
yeah,
Netflix.
yeah.
Or soft launch.
Right.
But I just felt like, again, this was like a year ago when that stuff was like relevant, and now people don't.
Right.
Hard launch is almost like
sometimes
chuggy
when
now.
those phrases like they're hot for a second, they can the next year.
Exactly.
I think We Ride at Dawn
I
always
think it
plays.
always
I think
plays.
it's
That's always gonna play
since the 1800s. They've been they've been running it done since the world began.
Yeah, since the beginning of time.
Beginning of
So,
time.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Oh my god, thank you. But
And-
it was a process.
Yeah, and I loved watching your process on social media. I feel like through Giggly Squad, through your Instagram, your TikTok, like we saw
Man on the Street.
we saw your process of writing this special, or not fully, but then finally filming it.
No, but you're right.
How did that process begin, finding out the news that you were going to have a comedy special on Netflix?
You guys are so good at interviewing.
Are
I do
we?
want to say
Sometimes I feel like
you go, don't fucking lie to my
Yeah.
face. Yeah. No, you are. I do have to say, in general, my process was a little different than the stereotypical process, because we have to acknowledge, like, there's a reason it's hard for women to be in stand-up, because the traditional process is you go to bars late at night, you do open mics in front of drunk dudes, and there's so many girls who are so funny, but they're like this space just doesn't feel good or right for me. I like, you have to take expensive Ubers or go on the train late at night to get these gigs, and people aren't laughing and you feel like no one gets you, and then you go, maybe I shouldn't be a comedian. And like, my heart breaks even just saying that, because there's so many women like that. I was fortunate because I had a little following, thank you reality TV, that I could post on social media and get some traction. So like, my TikTok was my open mic, and I was going into, but I was playing at clubs because they already kind of knew who I was. But that's why there's not more women in stand up. To break through, it's so fucking difficult, like physically, to do it. So but then you see like great examples of girls now, they're tweeting, they're doing TikToks, keep posting, keep creating, and you are a stand-up, you're just doing it in different forms.
Yeah, it's so true.
It was like, I started to get a little like industry notice, which was weird, because I was just like the reality TV girl that was trying stand-up. That was like kind of, I think, what people were saying, which was totally fine, because that got me going. I was like, this town's not gonna know what hit them. So then that's our character for the episode. Her name is Phyllis. So
it's a perfect name. I know. Perfect.
So I got JFL New Faces, which is basically like what you have. Amy Schumer, Kevin Hart, the New Faces is basically this festival that picks like up and coming comedians. So that's when I started to be like, okay, I'm onto something. I'm doing something right. And then Netflix kind of heard of me from there, and I think they went to some of my shows. Like, they went to a show in Irvine I did, and I remember before the show being like, this is make or break. Like,
looking at yourself in the mirror, Leonardo
like, this
DiCaprio.
Is the moment, like, literally so nervous. And you don't know, like, it's a huge crowd. You don't know how, you can't see if the person's laughing or not. You just have to, let go and let God.
Yep.
And I remember after it, wait a couple weeks, and they were like, Netflix wants to do a special with you. And I remember being like, holy fuck. But the crazy part about it is, I went to Des, my partner in crime, my smart older man. And I was like, Netflix wants to do a special. And he looks at me and he goes, not now, they're not. And I was like, what? It's like the like perfect, hottest, nicest guy coming up to you and being like, do you want to be my girlfriend? And being like, let me get back to you.
Yeah.
But he basically was like, your first special is like a huge moment in time. You don't want to rush it. You have 8 more months of touring. Tell them to wait, because in those 8 months, all your jokes are going to be even more tagged up, even more fleshed out. So I actually knew about this for like over, it could have been like 2 years or a year and a half, but I just kind of sat on it.
Yeah.
And okay, so he gives you that advice. Are you nervous to tell them to wait because you feel like, oh my gosh, if I tell them to wait, is this opportunity just going to pass me by and they won't want to do it anymore?
Well, 100%. They basically were like, we want her to do something in 2024. And I was like, can I do it later?
Yeah.
And they were fine with that. I think they might have even respected it, because where a lot of comics get into trouble, which is when someone gives you a great offer and they go, but we need a new hour in a year. And then you wonder, like, why would this comedian put out this special that doesn't seem done? And it's like, because they got offered money and they had a situation. It's so hard, like, but I worked on this material for like over 6-7 years. So I'm just so proud of this special. And now I'm hitting this moment where I have to go back to the clubs and start from scratch and be like, what's the deal with back knee? Like, I have to figure out what's funny again. But I'm excited for it. It just, this career is like, you never are like, I got this. You're always challenged, which I think I like about it.
Yeah.
And you have so much time and like different crowds and different people to test jokes out in front of, because I just feel like the last year you have been so busy. You are always on the road. You're always doing something. Ria and I have tried to get you to do a Chicks in the Office live show
my God.
4 separate times in the last 2 years, and we're like, and we have the same conversation every time. I go, check her website.
Check my website.
I go, check her website.
Check my website.
And we're like, oh, she's in fucking Des Moines. Like, nope, she can't. She
did call her daddy.
She's like, it's like, you're so, but it's awesome though. But like,
it's incredible. Like, I love watching everything you do.
Thank you. Are you tired?
I'm so tired. Also, I do have a problem where like, when I'm just like sitting at home and I don't have something I need to complete, I'm with my demons.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very like, I love a checklist. I love crossing off things. And I joke, it's like I'm running from my thoughts, but I really am. Like I feel my most alive when I'm like trying to make the plane, get on the plane. You got to get to the hotel. Like that's when I feel alive. But when I'm sitting and don't have stuff to do, like I deal with a lot of anxiety and shit. And I feel like it literally is me running from my thoughts. But Des, again, my fearless leader, he's so good at being like, you have to take a break and you have to stop and like enjoy for a second, like your work and working hard. So I think there's a negativeness to not taking a break because you never get to like take it all in. So I'm trying to find that balance, and I'm trying to take like August to be like a little slower, but also like I finally found something that I enjoy. And I do sleep a lot. Like I sleep on the plane.
You get your rest.
I get to the hotel. I sleep at the hotel.
Like what kind of traveler are you? Like you can sleep on a plane?
And some comics, they get jealous because they can't. I am, the second the plane starts moving, I'm like a kid in the backseat of a car. I'm like, and then I get to the hotel and I sleep. And then at like 7 o'clock, I'll have 1 or 2 shows. And then I go to bed. And then the next day I wake up. And then same thing over and over again. So I'm literally sleeping or performing at all times.
That's incredible. Honestly, it's and I feel like you were mentioning, all those things are distractions. So like you're going, you're distracting yourself because like you said, you deal with a lot of anxiety.
And then when you're sleeping, no one's fucking with you.
Then you're in an alternate universe while you're sleeping. I absolutely love your TikToks and like following along and Hannah on the Street, because I feel like that took off as well, which is like another, side plot to doing stand-up. Like
so weird.
It's like you kind of like, you have so many different roles that all work for your craft at once. Like Giggly Squad, doing the live shows with Giggly Squad, doing the TikToks, you doing your solo shows, like they all, I feel like, make you better.
I do think, because I know a lot of people watch reality TV, listen to this, and I think I wanted to do entertainment and I just didn't know what would be the right fit. And for anyone listening who feels like they're like, things are just not working, like, when you just, everything you try is not working, or you do something right and it comes out wrong, or you feel like you're betraying yourself or you're not being yourself, like that's how I felt with reality TV. And I feel like once I got out of it, things like started to just move and flow nicely. And I was like, oh, life actually doesn't have to be fighting and game playing. And I think I found something that I enjoy and is like healthy for me. And that's why things have been able, I always say, like when you find your alignment, it's like surfing, and I've never surfed before, but like you hit the right wave and you kind of flow and you're like, oh, I don't have to get bit by a fucking shark in this life to like find success. And I do think doing all that stuff, it was because I thought, will this be fun for me? And I didn't know that you could do well while having fun. I always thought like you had to be like in the trenches and bleeding and all this stuff. But it's like you guys, you probably started this pod and never imagined you'd be like interviewing celebrities all the time. No. I just wanted to make fun of male comics.
So when it comes to reality TV, do you feel like it was the best thing that ever happened to you? Like, obviously it was a tough time. Your ending
for sure
on Summer House was tough. But it now led to this amazing point in your life.
I think looking back, it also, like, I was embarrassed. Like, it's embarrassing when any friend group like kicks you out, but like publicly, I just felt like that little girl inside of you that always wanted to fit in was basically like publicly being like, nobody likes you. And I think that was when I was like, all I have is just being myself. And I started going on stage a lot because it was the only time I wasn't like on my phone or in my own head. And then when I was on stage, I was like, I started to feel like myself again. And TikTok also, I was starting to post videos and it would go to like a new, like people who didn't even know about reality TV. And I think I love to perform, but I found something that is what I like. I like trying to make people laugh about, things and say things that people don't want to see. And also, I like being multifaceted. I don't like stand up because I'm like, oh, now I get to show that I'm like a perfect person. I liked being like, I'm a girl who can get upset about things, who can have anxiety, but can also think she's hot, and also can like have a man, but also hate men. Like, I want to be that. And I think with reality TV, you can't be multifaceted. You have to be the hot girl, the drunk one, the crazy one, or the annoying one. And sometimes the funny one, but not usually for the girls.
No, it is very true. And I feel like you have found your your sweet spot with all of the female audience you guys have created, and you've taken the best parts of what you got from reality
Dude,
TV.
I found
like you
my
took
best friend for life.
You took, like, you know,
Yeah.
you took the best. You took the, you know, you took the
I had
name
2
recognition
really fun
and jumped
years.
into a new
it was
career.
it was so much fun those years.
Yeah.
And I learned, like, I love being in front of the camera. I also learned, I was like, editing is crazy, and I was almost fascinated by the production of it. I just didn't like being the one that was
On the
getting
receiving
confused.
end. Yeah. You guys absolutely kill me, you and Paige together. Your clips, like when I watch
So
like
funny.
every Giggly Squad clip that goes out, and I'm just
Oh my God,
cracking up.
thank
Like
you.
I watch it a million times. I'm like just like literally
Well, that was-
laughing out loud at them because you guys have just the best chemistry together.
I appreciate that
Of
coming
course.
from you guys. It's also like when we would shoot, we would be getting ready for like dinner at Summer House, and we would be in the bathroom just making each other laugh so hard. And I remember the camera guy would just like turn and leave, and I'd be like, "Wait, that was gold." And then, so what I say is, like, even my last season, all my funny stuff was just on the cutting room floor. Like, there's no way I filmed that summer without being goofy and laughing. But there was a point where I would make jokes and no one would laugh, and I was like,
You're like wrong. You're like this is the wrong room.
I was
like,
bombing.
this is,
I
yeah,
bombed.
wrong.
I'll just say I bombed, but I do think
But
maybe,
Paige, right audience. You know
Paige,
what I
like,
mean?
well,
Like,
Paige no longer my audience.
Yeah.
yeah, and I do. Well, Paige was the only one who would laugh, and at that point, like, everyone's dealt with a friend group where you're like, am I the most annoying like person ever, or am I just not with my people?
yeah, and you're like they just don't understand me.
They just like don't get me, like, highbrow sense of humor. But it's not a show for people who it's, you have to take yourself seriously if you're on that show. And there were moments where like serious things happen, but there's no room for laughter, and laughter and humor is how I cope with things, and it's not good for storyline. No one wants that.
Nobody wants the girl laughing. I mean, it's the famous clip of you and Paige laughing at the dinner table, like, and you know.
It's and that's got me in trouble in the past too. Like, I remember when I was a tennis player, I would laugh to not cry, like, during practice. And I remember my coach would be like, if you keep laughing, you're running laps.
Right.
Because I was in the wrong place.
And then you laugh harder.
And I laugh
or
harder.
at
Then you have the
school,
giggles.
when you're in the back and you have the giggles, and it's the funniest thing in the entire.
That's
In that
literally-
moment, it's the funniest thing in the entire world, but you can't.
And
explain
everyone's
it
mad at you.
Yeah,
Everyone's mad.
but you can't explain it to anybody else. And that's
no,
kind of the
you've been
best
taken
feeling.
over by a giggle demon.
Yeah.
I also think people maybe connect with me too, because I think everyone has had a time where they've been embarrassed or like just felt like, where do I go from here? Like, real darkness, and
Absolutely.
just showing like life is not about what happens to you, it's how you handle it. And I think when I went through a rough year, I basically was like, I'm not going to disappear. I'm going to keep creating. I'm going to keep trying to make new friends and figure out who I am. It was my 20s. I was figuring out my identity, and just like, you just have to keep going.
Yeah. I'm so happy for you, and I'm so happy that you found that within yourself. Like, you became you by being you, if that makes sense. Like, I know it's saying you a lot, but like, it's like you were, like you said, you're trying to do reality TV, and you just want to entertain people, and you want to
Yeah.
find that. But once that ended and you were doing stand up and hitting the clubs and doing TikTok, like, you're just being yourself, and people love you for being yourself.
Which feels crazy, but for anyone who's creative listening, I think like this is why you guys are great too. Everyone's like, how should I be? And it's like, no one is like you. So I don't even know sometimes why people enjoy my stuff, but I'm like, as long as I'm being myself, I know I'm not the same as another.
Right, and you can tell
creator.
when somebody's not being themselves also. You don't have to be selling out stadiums to feel like you're chilling backstage. You just need Coors Light. Coors Light wants to make your summer more chill with limited edition backstage 6-packs curated by some of your favorite artists. When you embrace a chill mindset, it's a good time to choose chill and crack open a Coors Light. It's mountain cold refreshment, crisp and refreshing as the Colorado Rockies. So it's time, guys. You know, you're getting that playlist ready to go for a night out. The vibes are great. The girls are getting ready. The playlist is perfect. Every song is hitting. Enjoy that time with a nice Coors Light. Or even, you know, when we're getting ready to hit the stage, we're doing live shows, love a Coors Light. So amplify your chill this summer with Coors Light. Choose chill. Choose Coors Light. Visit CoorsLight.com/summermusic to see how Coors Light can amplify your summer. And be sure to keep an eye out on Coors Light's social handles and Coors Light Backstage 6pack.com all summer long for the drops. And always celebrate responsibly from Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Yeah.
I think the worst thing that people can say about you too is like, oh, I really like her videos or whatever, but you know, I met her in real life and she's totally different.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're like, oh, like no, you want somebody to
Yes.
be like that same person that you see, and I think you've done such a good job at that because you've also done that, and now you talk to other people, and all this, you know, hand on the street videos are so funny, and you've also turned that into like interviewing all these
That was not
A-list
the plan.
celebrities.
That was literally not the
Like you have
plan.
become
Major.
like the short form. Like I really do think that when people have something to promote and the publicists are sitting down, they're like, okay, what's short form? Like, let's call Hannah Berner. Like it'll be short, good,
Literally
viral,
7-minute
like
interview.
goes out. And I'm like, the other day we're sitting here, we're like, oh my god, she's Will Ferrell is laughing at her jokes.
Yeah,
he's, you know, which is like now you're doing it with these megastars of comedy that like, are you so nervous? I'd be like, oh my god, if
Oh
this
my God.
joke
Can I
doesn't
tell
hit-
you the Will Ferrell Cat Williams story?
Yes.
So we're at Netflix's joke, and they basically were like, there's like this golf charity event, and I show them the little golf outfit, and they go, we don't know if anyone even wants to be interviewed, but just stand here, and we have a camera, and if anyone stops by, great. If not, no worries.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, let's see what happens. Hi. And they go, oh my god, Cat Williams is walking in. He like never talks to people, so but let's just see. So I'm standing there trying to look pleasant. I'm like, how do I look like approachable?
Yeah.
right. And apparently he's like, let's go. Where's this going? What's going on over here? That's my Cat Williams impression.
Yeah.
It's like 10% Cat Williams. So he comes over, and I look at him. I'm just like, you're like, every day I'm hustling intro to a special was like inspired me to do comedy. And he's like, who is this girl that's like, you made me want to be a comedian? But I love him.
Also, it's like, wait, I'm sorry, do you not like work at the club? You're in the golf out. Like,
No, he had no idea who
Yeah.
I was. No idea. So we start interviewing, and the thing with these interviews is you have like a short amount of time, and you're trying to get that gold.
and you have to lock them in
And I
right
think
away.
I learned that from reality TV, which is like, you got to get the gold, and you sometimes have to take a risk. And with him, I asked him a question. I was like, what's your least favorite golf rule? And he starts going on this whole rant about like what the concept of rules and what rules are and how. And in this moment, I'm like, you gotta say it. I go, why does your answer make me feel like you don't know a single golf rule? And everyone pauses because like that was kind of a
risky thing to say.
thing.
Yeah.
He pauses and he goes, well, it takes a genius to know a genius.
Yeah.
And everyone starts dying laughing. He does a dance. We like high five.
Yeah.
Yep.
We start singing together. And it was kind of a great example of like, I took a risk, and it wouldn't have worked out with some people. It worked out with him. And it doesn't work out sometimes.
Yep.
But it's just so much fun. And afterwards I was like, I can retire now. Like I'm good. I could go home. And then they're like, Will Ferrell's coming. He's also my favorite.
Yeah.
When I say this man was an angel,
Yeah.
like after the interview, after an interview, I'm like, I will disappear.
Right,
like,
right.
Yeah.
Just give me
Thank you
7
so
minutes.
much. I'm out.
Literally,
Yep.
don't you have to talk to me ever again. He's like, oh, so do you golf? Oh, do you play tennis? Oh, what do you think about pickleball? My wife plays pickleball. And also, I've never talked to Will Ferrell being just like Will Ferrell.
Right,
He's always, like an insane character. So what's been cool is realizing the world is so small, and like when you're creative and put yourself out there, you start connecting with other insane creatives. And I'm just fortunate that I was like pushed out of certain situations to like comedy people saved my life during the summer house thing, because I would tell them like what went down, and they would start dying laughing. And they were like, oh, I would have said worse, like you're lucky you did that. Or they'd just be like, I mean, you put yourself in that position, you're surprised that happened to you. And they made me realize like, oh, there's other perspectives. Because when you're in the Bravo universe, it's very...
the comedy was so validating for you.
Yeah.
Like it's like that world was not valid. Like
Yeah.
it's
And taking those risks, you're right. Like you have to get the gold, and I feel like they appreciate you being real. You know,
And
like it's not every day they're doing an interview. It's very cushy,
Yeah.
and then they talk to someone like you, and they're like, "Oh,
True.
like she has the balls to say this to me. Like that's
True.
awesome."
True. I also think like I did enjoy like I put myself out there with reality TV, and I took a lot of risks, and some of them went great. And then like at one point I was like, I'm a feminist icon, and then it like was completely not that. So and in that moment you're like, okay, like the narrative they're trying to tell is so different than the narrative I'm trying to tell, that like we're good.
Yep.
Like this. So, and I got to this place after therapy just being like so grateful that they saw something I didn't see at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm grateful that like Paige stayed with me.
Right.
There were definitely some months where I was like, does she even want to do this with me?
Yeah,
But she knew deep down kind of like what really went down.
Yeah.
So she, despite some like hate and stuff, and I think Giggly Squad's an example of, again, we took a risk and we.
That's a real friend. Friends who will stand by you if you're getting, shit on, hate, like, and
she was just here, and she was like,
right.
I will like always will ride for him.
And they know they know you for you, and they're not just going to step aside because other people are joining like the hate train. Like,
yeah, and I think also with reality TV, some people would have never fought if it wasn't reality TV. And it gets to the point after you're in multiple seasons with people, it just becomes an ego fight. We're just fighting over egos. And I think Paige was able to kind of see, we all were able to see big picture. It was like, oh, this is reality TV. And now let's talk about like what really happened that wasn't how
for
it was
sure.
shown.
Yep,
So
for sure.
shout out to Paige for being a real one. And also like we got closer from it because we're like, what fight could we possibly have that's worse than like what we went through?
Totally
connects you guys in real life too. It's like so many other opportunities now that you guys
and shout
have
out
been
to
able
Paige.
to do. Because I think like Giggly Squad, you guys work so well and it's so funny and you guys are so close. But it's like, who knows if you guys were still having to do reality TV, like what they would have wanted to happen.
I'm gonna be honest. We would not be where we are if I was still on the show.
That's right. Like, it's like, think about how high that and like Giggly Squad is. You guys are crushing it, like taking over. The girls love you. So it's
and
like
we're closer.
They could have. Yeah,
Paige once said
that could have fucked that up.
Paige once said the funniest thing when we were shooting. She was like, I don't trust anyone right now. I don't trust that lampshade. And I remember feeling like heartbroken. But it's like on the show, it's war. You're all fighting for your own narratives, and you don't know. Like sometimes you have to throw someone under the bus for you to look good to save yourself, that kind of shit, which like I couldn't handle. And so we're closer than ever because she feels safe with me. Like she can call me and knows that I'm not running it to a producer. I'm not going to use it back on her in the reunion, what she's about to say.
Right.
So
So
you're
true.
so right. If I was on the show, we wouldn't be as
But you
fast
also
as we
get
are.
it because you did it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's a layer where
I do
you're
have to say,
removed, but you understand.
Every now and then I'll think of like a funny comeback. Like I don't even know what she might be fighting about, and I'll just text her and be like, "If you said this to someone, it would be hilarious." So I'm honestly, I am directing a little behind the scenes just because I'm bored. My boring non-drama life right now.
On the inside a little bit.
We got to talk about Hailey Bieber. You just did Hand on the Street with Hailey Bieber
Again.
at the Road pop-up. This time she's pregnant, gorgeous, beautiful, stunning.
Flowing.
Like what? Like, do you guys have a friendship? Like seriously, like what's the relationship?
So I've been joking about this. The first time we hung out, it like couldn't have been a more fun. It was like 30 minutes. She was like so present. She was going through a hard time on the internet.
Yes.
So I was feeling like some empathy. And it was during there was like SZA drama where Justin Bieber was in the SZA video and everyone was like, and she looks at me and she's like, I'm the one who told him to do the SZA video. Like she's so cool and inspiring and just also a normal girl with family from Long Island. Like I have 100,000 friends that are just like her. I remember yelling at her, I'm like, don't read the comments. I was like yelling at her. Anyway, we do it, we're laughing. And at the end she was like, can I introduce you to my husband? Which is so funny because we were making fun of him because he was sitting in the corner with his
he was in that outfit. Yeah, I vividly remember that.
And I remember looking at her again, took a risk. And I was like, he looks like a kid that just got detention. She starts dying laughing. But again, that could have gone bad. And she could have been like, never let that girl interview me again. But she has a good sense of humor. And that's why I fuck with Hailey. And she was like so gracious, so cool. And then I hear, okay, she wants you to interview her again for her blush launch. And I'm like, I don't know if I could be cool again. And like I pulled it off. Even at the end of the first interview, they all went to go in an elevator to go down. I remember thinking, I can't get in this elevator because I'm like, I have to end on top.
Right, like let's just end here.
Exactly.
Like, you don't want a second reaction.
Yes.
You're like, your brain is telling you like, okay, I just spent 30 minutes with her. She knows me. We talked.
We're good.
She will have that memory. And yet your brain, like, there's something where you see them again and you're like, does she even know my name? Like you're like, where you're like, hey, hey, like you're like, well,
I
wait, and they're like, yeah, we fight, like we spent, like I know you, like why are you reintroducing yourself?
I have the funniest story about Stassi Schroeder, who back in the day shot Summer House with us.
Yeah.
Yes.
And at the time, like, she's literally reality TV, like,
yes,
royalty.
royalty. And Paige and I think it was our first season. And I'm not the person that's going to talk to the famous person.
Yeah.
I literally was in the corner the whole time, like probably giggling with Paige. And I met her like months later and I was like, hey. And she was like, huh? And I was like, oh my God, I shot a whole weekend of Summer House with you. And she starts dying laughing because she was trying. She was also, the producers were like, she was dealing with storylines. Like I was not involved in the story going on. And we started dying laughing, but you never know what someone's going through. But with the Hailey stuff, I remember thinking like one more sentence, I could lose her. Like I don't trust myself. You've done it enough. So I let her leave. And I have some friends who are really good at like the like, yeah, you know, I got their number. Like, yeah, I'm going to dinner with them. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to take it that far.
Yeah.
It's, you know what I mean? It's like
if I were to reach out,
it would be cool if they extended the invite. But
that's the thing.
It's like I'm
not
making
initiating
the move here.
I'm not initiating because Hailey Bieber feeling annoyed by me for a second.
Right.
I'll never sleep again. You know. So I go to this beautiful pop-up and I remember they're like, she's here. And I immediately was like, I can't be the first person she sees. So I like go to the back and I'm like fumbling with the blush, like pretending I'm like, who knows what I'm doing. I'm like Tyra Banks typing like, no letters. And then I was like, everyone was really chill when she walked in because like it's the road company. So they're used to her. And I was just like, hi. And she's like, I'm so fucking pregnant. And I was like, you're so relatable. It's so hilarious. And then I start sweating profusely because I have a sweating problem. And I keep looking at her and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm a sweaty beast right now. And she's like, no, you're fine. And we take a photo. It's sweaty everywhere. But at one point she like moves the hair off my face. Did you see that? Like we almost made out. And she was like, I wouldn't be a friend if I didn't. And it's kind of like you just can't process it.
Yep.
And then I left and I still haven't processed it.
I love your Hailey Bieber voice. Like the way you talk when you were
it's
being
like
Hailey Bieber.
Like a cool girl. Like a cool LA
she's
girl. Like,
effortless. She's cool.
Just,
She's like, I put my makeup on with just my pinky. I go, boop. And then we're done. And I look stunning.
And then I'm beautiful.
But
and Justin reposted your video.
That was crazy.
Did you fall to the ground?
Well, I was just, as you know, you're just scrolling your phone on the couch. Life's pretty boring.
Justin Bieber's story
And
comes up. Like,
I start getting like tagged and stuff, and I'm like, what happened? And then it's just his only story. And I think like, why did he repost it? Was he like, oh, this is funny? Like, I try to think like what he thought of.
Oh, totally.
Like, why was that
like he
video?
watched it and he was like, that was funny.
Yeah.
Repost.
And then again, you can't process
and I
it.
will say, I like, people have a lot to say about Justin, but I also think Justin knows funny.
Yeah, I was
Like,
gonna say, I
Justin
feel like he
knows
would
funny.
find you funny.
Justin is funny. Justin knows funny.
I do have to say, when she introduced me to her husband, he looks at us and he's like, well, the whole, I like that laugh. He's hysterical and he has a little like swag to him. So he was like, oh, did you guys match? Like he clearly wanted to like mess with us. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, she texted me what to wear beforehand. And he starts laughing and we like have it on tape. So I always say like, I always look at it whenever I'm feeling down.
You're like, I made Justin Bieber laugh.
In his mind, he's like, that was good. That was funny.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Repost.
I feel like musicians love comedians because like, musicians they try to be funny in between, and then I feel like comedians deep down we want to be rock stars, right. So there's this weird connection because like I can't sing ever and I'm not cool enough, where then musicians think comics are cool. So there's this weird connection between
no, that's so true, because there's certain artists that even when they're on stage at a concert, so many people will talk about them more if they're like, oh, they were so funny in between songs. Like the whole stadium was laughing.
It's part of the Adele is fucking hilarious. Or they say John Mayer is like really funny, or I don't know, I've never been, but
Harry Styles is very funny.
And they're doing stand up, like they have planned stuff they say. So I think they feel connected to us for some reason. I don't know.
But hey, you're all performers.
We're performers, and they're just like way more cool.
And now author.
Don't even. No one predicted it. No one saw it coming. People thought it was a bit. They thought it was a
Hannah
joke.
Berner and Paige Sorbo.
Have you guys read a book yet?
No.
It'll come.
I mean, we like what? What are we writing about?
What are we writing
Like
about?
our name
How
is
to be a
chicks
chick.
Yeah, in the office is like we don't work in an actual office.
How to be a chick in the office.
Sometimes I feel like
The problem is, it's like if we were to write a book, I think the book would go like borderline too serious, where it would be like
serious.
Like I don't
What would
like
we
what
be
we talk
serious
about. I don't know, like our life.
Yeah,
what do we
is
have
our
to talk
lives like
about?
so serious?
No, but like they'd probably be like, you guys should write about like dropping out of college and like do like that, like that.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
all of a
But you know
sudden
what?
it's like,
We did like it wasn't a life advice book and it wasn't a like a novel about our lives. It was kind of in between. We said like how to take life less seriously.
Yeah.
So we just wrote but we wrote about like, bad things that happened to us that like so I mean, you guys would have a similar book, I think.
Yeah.
Where you just kind of wrote stuff that made you laugh, but also like what's the most interesting thing that people would care to read about our lives.
Right.
And you guys have lived fucking weird lives.
Yeah, I feel like I've lived a million
you have
lives
a
at
lot of
this.
stories to tell. This we were just talking about this the other day. My memory is shit.
I have.
I
And
can't
I have
remember-
an
I can't remember
impeccable
anything.
memory. I remember.
Yeah,
So we know who's writing the book.
Well, so
I
I'm saying,
remember-
like, I know,
well, I
but,
used
like,
to-
like funny anecdotes. I'm like, I'd have to make shit up because I have like the bare bones of stories.
And you guys have met
I'd be like,
so many
like
celebrities.
something kind of happened, but I'd have to fill in the blanks.
Is she the
Sometimes
friend that like you mentioned someone's name and she's like, but they did this to you, and you're like, I literally forgot I'm mad
she
at them.
remembers everything.
Yeah.
it's really
Paige
bizarre.
yesterday reminded me why I should be mad at someone. I totally forgot.
I remember.
she remembers everything.
I'll do a callback joke. That just doesn't work because friends, like, I have no idea.
like,
what
I
you're
didn't
talking-
get it.
That happened twice 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Where I said a joke that was like I thought was really funny if you remembered what we talked about 2 days ago, and she was like, "What?" And I was like, and she goes, "Oh."
But you know
and,
what?
And on one of them was really funny,
Yeah,
and I
no,
had to
it's-
explain
that
it, and
makes
then
me
she laughed.
Yeah, but
and then she
not-
laughed, and I was
it's
like, "It's not the same.
I know.
It's not the same."
Yeah.
So
but-
are you like more at peace because you don't remember all the mistakes and regrets you've ever had in your life?
Completely.
Wow.
Completely.
Look at her just
Yeah, she just lives in
Floating.
bliss. Yeah, I
Yes.
used to when I first started working at Barstool as an intern, I started a journal, and every day I would write what happened at work.
You have your
because-
book.
No.
Oh.
So
It's gone.
like I said, I started when I was 19, and at the time they had just moved to New York, so it was like a hot spot. Like a lot of people were coming in, a lot of athletes were coming in, and this was at a different office.
Yeah.
And when we moved offices, I lost it. So I had like a book of like
I think
it was everything I did.
all my
every
journals have
day,
been lost too.
Everything I did every day, and it was like really like
How
cool,
fucking
weird.
were you walking
weird
around the office
stories.
like, who stole my journal?
No, I just was like, oh my god, like it's gone. Like I don't. It just kind of
when
like
that kind of stuff happens to you, I feel like it's almost good in a way where you realize like everything ends and no matter how nothing's important.
Yep.
Yeah.
And honestly,
No, like,
here's the
my
thing,
brain has a
I still
block.
remember it all up here.
No, like I think my
Like,
brain
it's all
has
up
a
here.
block for processing. Like if I'm going through any like difficult thing, enough time passes and my brain's going, we're just gonna forget all those. Like we're just gonna forget. Like my years of like my early years of college where I was like legit depressed. I'm like
Yeah.
I don't really even really remember them
blocked
that
it.
well because my mind's like it's gone.
And I have the complete opposite
Yep.
where I remember the years of me being depressed so vividly.
Yeah.
But it like feels like not the same person.
But also,
like
yeah, you can appreciate the highs without remembering like how low it was.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
to Brene Brown it. But I also think I joked in the beginning about how like a lot of stuff I do, whatever motivates you from revenge or wanting to show people off or be like, you didn't believe me or you tried to hurt my career and this is what I'm doing. But it comes to a point, the real piece is when you get to a point where you forget why you were even mad. Because you're just enjoying the process that you're in. But I'm glad that the revenge like at least put me on a like somewhere instead of just in my bed.
And I think there's a difference between remembering things and like holding on to them.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can remember the memories and why things happen, but like you're not holding on to that resentment
Yeah.
or whatever that is,
Yep.
that feeling that you
Yeah.
had during those memories, if that makes sense.
Even getting deep, like in therapy, I would for a long time talk stuff out because I was trying to understand like what I did wrong, how I could prevent from happening again, and like just like what really happened to me. And then it got to the point where like I actually just need to stop talking about it. You know, when like talking about it is just keeping you in it, and it's like it happened, you can't change it. Stop obsessing over
Totally.
it. So there is a moment
No, it's
where
so fair. It's
you
like you're so in your brain, you're like, you know what? I really gotta stop bringing this up.
Yeah, my
Totally.
husband is actually good at this where he will put the foot down. Not me and Paige. We will go off about anything, but he'll say, I'm done talking about this. And at first you're like, okay, that was cunty. But then you're like, oh, he's literally helping me by being
Yes.
like, we've beaten this to a pulp and you're just indulging. It's like almost emotional cutting.
Totally.
Where it's
yeah.
like the world is moving on and you have to move on too.
I mean, that's such a
So
solid
true.
point. Like, the more
So
you talk
true.
about something, how are you ever going to like
Release the energy.
Exactly. And then
Yes.
once you forget it, boom. What's next? We're getting the wrap up signal.
Oh, yeah,
So what is next
Everyone
besides the special?
Watch the special. Get it, the book for Giggly Squad.
Yeah.
We're going on tour, and I don't know. Maybe I should get into like acting or something. I don't know. I always try to find something that I had no idea how to do and try to do it.
Yeah.
I've never done
Hey,
it.
write a TV show and
You'd be
star
right.
in it
You
and
could
direct
totally
yourself.
do it.
We'll
Well,
see.
you never
like
know.
do like a Tires-esque type
Yeah,
thing. Maybe
totally.
I don't know. But honestly, I just like to keep creating and try to stay happy.
Yeah, well, we love watching your journey. We
Thank
love
you.
seeing how successful you are, rooting for you to continue this wave that you're on, because it's absolutely incredible.
Oh my God, thank you. And
And-
can you guys drop some more hair tutorials? Because you both have been like killing it.
Sure.
Yeah,
But you with the slick back,
Oh,
you
thank you.
nail it.
Thank you.
I always
Thank
have
you.
like 7 bumps that ruin my night. And I'm like, I can't enjoy this night.
Well, thank you so much, Hannah, and
I love you
we
guys.
can't
We
wait
love
to watch
you.
the
You guys are the
special,
best.
and everybody go watch the
Netflix
special on
special.
Netflix.
Go stream
Yay!
it. Watch it on repeat.
Easy peasy. Thank you. You guys are the best.
This summer is all about Rum Haven. Rum Haven is made with real coconut water and no artificial flavors or preservatives for clean and refreshing taste, not fake, because they believe Mother Nature does it best, and that they do. That's why Rum Haven is the best. It's crafted with premium Caribbean rum and real coconut water. You can make yourself a nice little rum punch for the summer. Maybe you do it this weekend. Maybe you do it next week. Join us with the Fiji vibes and make yourself a little rum punch with Rum Haven. Right now, you can enjoy Rum Haven straight over ice, or like I said, enjoy it with a little juice and make yourself a little rum punch. You can find out where to pick up a bottle of Rum Haven for yourself by visiting rumhaven.com. Pick up a bottle of Rum Haven for yourself by visiting rumhaven.com and join us with the Fiji vibes. Get your rum ready to go. rumhaven.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another game of Beat Ria and Fran. This is game number 132, and we are joined by Katie and Melissa from New Jersey. Thank you guys so much for joining us. They are sisters, which means, they have double the connection.
Yep.
Yep. Thanks for having us.
Exactly. You guys watched all the same stuff growing up, so it's like,
You got this. I watched that.
Exactly.
You're
So,
original. Yeah, she's a little bit younger, so I got.
Yeah.
You're covering all bases.
yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
That's the way to
We
do
got
it. Okay, guys. So it's 15 questions. If you get the question right, you get the point. If you get the question wrong, the other team can steal the point. Whoever has the most points at the end wins. To determine who goes first, Noah's going to give us a movie. We're going to guess the Rotten Tomatoes critic score of that movie. Whichever team is closer, you get to go first. And everyone gets their own individual guess. We'll alternate teams for guesses. So Noah, what is today's movie?
Is my mic on?
Yeah, your
Oh,
mic's
yeah,
on.
it is on. Okay, today's movie is Passengers. It's the Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence
Yeah.
movie.
Yep.
Never seen that movie either.
Yep.
But 2 big names. Will we go first?
Yeah,
Yes.
one of you guys go first.
You go first. Okay. I'm gonna go 67.
I'm going to go 16.
Woof.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. I'm just throwing it
Yeah.
out there.
No, I'm
Honestly, I was also gonna go lower. I was gonna go like 34.
going to say 46.
34 is the closest. It's 30.
Oh.
Dang.
That movie was so bad.
I never saw it.
Was it?
It was
I saw
bad.
it.
They were in space, right? Or was
Yeah,
it the future?
because they were traveling to like another planet.
Yeah.
and then
They
they
had to go to
both
another
woke up.
planet. Oh, yes. They were put to sleep.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
see that.
yeah. At my old internship, actually, I read that script before it came out.
Oh,
and
really?
I was like, this is terrible.
Oh, man. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
Noah's like, I could have told them this movie would
Shut
have
this
flopped.
movie down.
That was my job. I was supposed to like say,
Oh,
"Dude,
really?
is this worth it?" I think it had already been approved at that point. but-
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Like,
though.
clearly.
Yeah. All right. So question number 1 to Katie and Melissa. Shout out Grace from London, Ontario, Canada. In Game of Thrones, how does Sansa kill Ramsay Bolton?
I never watched.
Oh my gosh, I did, but so long ago. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with like a duel in that like gaming arena. Final answer. Final answer.
Incorrect.
See, here's my problem with all shows, Thrones, House of Dragons. I don't know their names.
Sansa is
No,
Sophie
her
Turner,
name,
and
yes.
then Ramsay Bolton was the most evil.
Which one was he?
The dark hair. He played.
Is that the one that she had to marry?
No, he played Mick Mars in The Dart.
15 seconds.
I'm forgetting his name in real life. Fuck, I'm getting it confused because I know one got their dick chopped off, but it wasn't him. That was Greyjoy.
Yeah, that's not how he died.
All right,
I don't.
5 seconds.
Poison. Let's just go poison.
Poison's always safe.
Yeah, poison.
Incorrect. She fed him to the hounds.
Yes.
Yep.
Ramsay is like the most. He was the most.
Remember Battle of the
but
Bastards?
I can't like
Picture him.
picture
He
him.
had dark hair, blue eyes.
Oh
He's short.
shit! Yeah, this fucker. Yep. He sucked. Yep.
Dang.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. Still 0-0. Question number 2 to Ria Fran. Shout out Katie from Iowa. What Bachelor in Paradise couple from season 7 arrived to the beach already in a relationship and was essentially voted out for leading at least one contestant, specifically Natasha Parker, on?
Man, what were their names? This is our question.
Yeah. Brendan.
It was Brendan and Piper.
Yes.
Piper.
Brendan and Piper.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
Nice.
All right, 1-0. Ria and Fran.
Those two crazy kids didn't make it.
You know how? No, they didn't. Brendan and Brandon
Oh,
might as well be the same name.
I
Like,
mean,
why do they exist as
and
two different names?
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Which one do you think's cooler?
My boyfriend Brandon would beg to differ. Though.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
Don't
so
call
sorry,
me
Brandon.
I
But
think
that's
I actually do
it's
think.
just such an easy fumble.
Yeah, it is. I think Brandon is cooler.
I think I would have said Brandon
Yeah.
if you didn't say
Hey,
Brendan.
Brendan.
And
That's
then I
why
was
I-
like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
it is Brendan.
Mhm. I was.
Yep.
Yep. I was totally gonna bring up that point as well.
Yep.
Okay, 1-0 Ria and Fran. Question number 3 to Katie and Melissa. Shout out Sarah from Hatboro, Pennsylvania. In the movie The Last Song, what does the younger brother say PMS stands for?
Oh. Oh my gosh, I have no idea. He's like 10. What would a 10-year-old say PMS stands for? Pain.
15 seconds.
Gosh. Make something up. I was just poking my sister. Poking my sister. Final answer.
Incorrect.
Pissed at
Men syndrome.
Oh,
Final
yes.
Correct.
Pissed at men syndrome.
This is one of those ones that I scream at in the car, like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
2-0 Ria and Fran. And this is question number 4 to them. Shout out Courtney from Blacksburg. Which Bravo franchise went on a cast trip to what is now referred to as Scary Island?
New York.
Yeah.
Real Housewives of New York.
Final answer.
Yep.
Correct.
Because we had Kelly on. And yeah.
Hey, Scary Island's
Very
iconic. Scary Island's
interesting interview.
yeah, Scary Island's iconic.
Okay, 3-0.
Go to sleep.
Ria and Fran. This is question number 5 to Katie and Melissa. Shout out Carly and Aaron from Port Townsend, Washington. In 2022 and 2023, 2 separate TV shows came out about Candy Montgomery. Which 2 actresses played her in their respective series?
I have no idea.
I don't even know what Candy Montgomery is.
No, me neither.
You said which 2 actresses?
Yes.
22 and 2023.
Yeah.
I don't even know what she looks like.
No, let's just guess someone.
No, I think we're gonna have to pass it.
Pass?
We're gonna make a fool. Pass.
Okay.
Jessica
Jessica
Biel
Biel was
and
one.
Elizabeth Olsen.
Yes. Yep.
Final answer.
Correct.
Yep. This was a hot.
Let me have
hot
the tour on this
It
one.
was a hot topic for Ria.
It was because they
Wait,
made
which one
this.
did you like more?
I never watched
you
the
never
Jessica
watched-
Biel one. I watched the Elizabeth Olsen one, but I was so confused that me and my mom got into a fight because I was saying that there was a new show. And I was explaining the show, and she goes, "That already was a show." And I was like, "No, it wasn't. It's a new show on HBO." Turns out she was right.
Yep.
Sorry, what
What
was
was that
it?
called?
The shows are Jessica Biel's show was Candy,
Yep.
Yes.
and Elizabeth Olsen's was Love and Death.
Yep.
I remember you talking about Love and Death.
Same exact premise. And I was like, why did they do this? And I felt
Yeah.
so bad for like being mean to my mom about it, being like, no, you're wrong. And she was so right.
Okay, 4-0. Ria and Fran. This is question number 6 to them. Shout out Kelsey from Southern Oregon. In the Marry, Kiss, or Kill game that Travis Kelce infamously played that is referenced in the song So High School, who were the other 2 female celebrities mentioned besides Taylor Swift?
Katy Perry and Ariana Grande.
Yep.
Final answer.
Correct. Wow.
Wow.
I only remembered Katy Perry.
I also only remembered Katy Perry. I was like, oh, damn.
Okay, question number 7, and this is to Katie and Melissa. Shout out Abby from Hoboken. Which movie was Leonardo DiCaprio not nominated for the category Best Actor in a Leading Role in the Oscars? A. The Wolf of Wall Street. B. Blood Diamond. C. Titanic. D. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I would say either B or D.
What was B?
B was say that.
Oh, the Blood Diamond.
Diamond.
Blood Diamond.
I feel like probably that one.
I don't know. I want to say Titanic.
Really?
Yeah, but go with your gut.
No, because my gut, it was 2, and yours is just 1.
10 seconds.
Do it.
Titanic. Final answer.
Correct.
Yeah. Nice.
Wonderful.
It's a trick question because most would think he was, but he was not.
Yeah.
I know.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, thank goodness we're on the.
Yeah, you got one. Question number 8 to Ria and Fran. Shout out Katie and Melissa from New Jersey. Oh my God.
I mean Noah.
Wait, hold on.
It wasn't. To be fair, it wasn't supposed to be today.
My face.
Yeah.
It was. That's what it was. It wasn't supposed to. I pushed
my
them.
jaw just dropped.
What?
I know. It's like, does he even read the questions before the match?
No,
My
no,
jaw
it-
just dropped.
Right.
It crossed my mind. And
To
then,
check?
That was like
No,
the
no.
Spider-Man. Like, that's them.
Yeah. It's like, Katie and Melissa from New Jersey.
Okay.
That's so funny.
Cross your mind to check and then you did it.
Ask it
Yeah.
anyway. It's fine.
No.
Yeah, they won't get it.
Okay.
It's to us anyway.
Yeah.
Question number 8 to Ria and Fran. Shout out Grace from London, Ontario, Canada again. Name the 4 spin-offs of the Below Deck franchise.
Is this us?
Yeah. Fuck,
Okay.
I don't watch Below,
Below
Deck. There's
Deck.
Mediterranean.
Below Deck Mediterranean. Below Deck sailing.
Yeah.
Below Deck yacht.
I don't know the other ones. Below Deck
10 seconds.
Australia.
No. Fuck.
5.
Below Deck.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Okay, to Katie and Melissa.
No, I was trying to see if you guys had 3 and I could guess a 4th, but I don't watch Below.
Below Deck Mediterranean, Below Deck Sailing, Below Deck. It keeps coming on after I watch Love Island on Peacock,
Mhm.
but I don't know which one it was.
Exactly.
Below Deck Sydney,
Yeah, sure. And
Mediterranean, Sailing, Sydney, and deep waters.
Yeah.
Final answer.
Honestly, not bad
Yeah.
guesses, but it's
Thank you.
Below Deck Mediterranean, Below Deck Down Under, Below Deck Sailing Yacht, Below Deck Adventure.
Oh, and I mean,
Sailing and yacht together.
Sailing and yacht was one, and Australia was just down under.
Yeah.
And we were never getting adventure.
Never. Adventure was never happening. Shit.
Yeah, no.
Okay, still 5-1. This is question number 9, and it's to Katie and Melissa. Shout out Ashley and John from Pittsburgh. In what Adam Sandler movie is one of his daughters named Espin, pronounced Espin, ESPN, after his favorite channel, ESPN?
Maria will be so mad at us for getting that.
I
or
know.
not getting this.
Well, it's got to be like one of his silly ones. Is it
not
Grown Ups?
No, I don't think. Is it Grown Ups? I was gonna say Chuck and Larry. Does he have kids in Chuck and Larry?
I don't think so.
No. What about the
10
one where he
seconds.
dates? Drew Barrymore.
No, definitely not that one.
Okay.
Grown ups. Final answer.
Say that again.
Grown ups.
Incorrect.
Is it
Is
Click?
it? I think it's Just Go With It. Isn't one of the daughters named Espen?
Was that the one I said with Drew Barrymore?
No.
Oh.
Don't give it away.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I never.
He's got 3 daughters.
Okay, let's go with Just Go With It.
The odds are in our favor.
Yeah, I
think.
was just saying Click because of the channel.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that
yeah.
doesn't-
I think it's Just Go With It. Final answer.
Incorrect.
Oh no!
Blended.
It's blended. I'm thinking of blended,
Oh, it is.
and I love
that's
blended.
not true.
Fuck.
I was thinking blended the whole time, and I said
Said
Just Go With It
Classic mix up.
because he doesn't have
Yeah.
kids and Just Go With
Yeah,
It.
It's a classic mix up.
She has the kids,
And he fakes being. Yeah.
Ugh. That was an all-time blunder by me. I have seen blended 50 times. Did you know women were excluded from clinical research policy by federal law until 1993? Women belong in scientific research. They're essential. Ritual knows they conducted a university-led human clinical trial for their Essential for Women 18 Plus multivitamin to assess its efficacy. The results? It increased vitamin D levels by 43% and omega-3 DHA levels by 41% in just 12 weeks. Ritual's Essential for Women 18 Plus multivitamin are great. I take them every day. I've been doing it for, at least a year now. I think it's a great way to get those vitamins. It's too easy to use, capsules, and it's just easy, functional. I feel like I know what I'm putting in my body because Ritual's clinically backed multivitamin for women 18 plus has high quality and traceable key ingredients in clean bioavailable forms with 9 key nutrients and 2 delayed release capsules per day. Ritual optimizes your body's absorption. Their multivitamin is gentle on an empty stomach with a minty essence in every bottle that helps make taking your multis actually enjoyable. So no more shady business. Ritual's Essential for Women 18 Plus is a multivitamin you can actually trust. Get 25% off your first month at ritual.com/chicks. Start Ritual or add Essential for Women 18 Plus to your subscription today. That's ritual.com/chicks for 25% off.
Okay, question number 10. It's still 5-1, Ria and Fran. I'm going to play a movie
So
clip.
he does have kids and Just Go With It, doesn't he?
No, it's Jennifer Aniston.
It's Jennifer Aniston's kids.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going to play a movie clip, and you tell me what movie it's from. This is to Ria and Fran.
I love them kids like they were me own.
I was just walking by your room, and you know, I was thinking, boy, it's been a long time since we've had a little father-son
American Pie.
chat. Oh, I almost
Pie.
forgot.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Correct.
Eugene.
He's got quite the distinct
Yeah.
voice.
I was thinking New York Minute at first.
That was good point. That would have been a good one.
What an iconic role for him in New York Minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 6-1, Ria and Fran. Question number 11 to Katie and Melissa. Shout out Fate from Kansas City. Which actor was a guest star in the following series? Friends, Parks and Rec, Only Murders in the Building.
Who's in only? Wait, say that one more time. Repeat it one more time. The beginning part.
Which actor
It's,
was a guest star in those shows? Friends, Parks and Rec, Only Murders.
Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd. Final answer.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I
6-2.
feel like he.
You
Anyway,
know, he kind of had like a recurring role in Friends.
yeah, like I wouldn't think of him.
He had a
at all.
recurring role in all of them,
Yeah.
really. He was
Yeah,
like
I
the
was thinking,
main.
Yeah, but you would say he's a guest.
No, yeah. I mean, he
yeah.
had a
Right.
major role in
I was just giving him more
the last
credit.
season of Only Murders.
Yeah.
He was the murderer.
I love Paul Rudd.
I never watched.
Oh shit.
Sure.
Okay.
It's not really a spoiler. It's the first episode.
Yeah.
Okay. 6-2, Ria and Fran. This question's to them. Shout out Grace from London, Ontario, Canada.
She's
Again,
really carrying the game on her
she's
back.
Carrying. In Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, we are introduced to Harry's son 19 years later. Which 2 characters is he named after?
Albus Sirius.
What she said.
Final answer.
Incorrect.
No.
Oh
Katie and
no.
I was hoping you'd get it right because I do not know Harry Potter at all. Albus, Sirius, so Snape.
Oh. I'm not thinking fully.
Who's
okay,
the big
you know.
giant?
Yeah.
You have no idea. Not watching one.
Okay, I think oh gosh.
10 seconds.
His uncle Black,
Okay.
and Snape. Final answer.
Incorrect. It's Dumbledore and Snape. Albus Severus.
Albus Severus.
So close.
Yeah. Yep.
So close.
Okay, still 6-2. Ria Fran's question number 13 to Katie and Melissa.
I swear to God, like my brain is thinking the right things and the words are coming out wrong. I'm gonna blame my hearing loss.
Yeah, maybe you need a
Because like in my mind, I was like, oh, it's Albus and Snape, but I said Albus Sirius came out of my mouth.
recalibrate.
Yeah, I need to do something.
Wait, did your teachers ever have to? Did you have like smart boards in school?
Yeah.
And when
Oh,
they
and
had
you
to
have
recalibrate
the whole
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
And you're like, yes, like it's taking up some time. And then when they're like, this isn't gonna work.
Yeah. Okay. Question number 13, and this is to Katie and Melissa. Shout out Abby from Hoboken. In Sex and the City, who plays Carrie's quick fling that she meets at her therapist office?
I never really watched it.
Me either. Brad Pitt. Final answer.
Incorrect.
I wish we could call a friend. I'd have no clue. I have no Sex in the City knowledge.
Me neither. Jinx.
I don't know. I'm trying, but I don't know his name. I pass.
John Bon Jovi.
Oh shit!
That's not who I was
Which, by
thinking
the way,
about.
I looked up
Would
to
never have come up with
I
to
was
that.
see him in the
not-
show,
oh.
and I feel like I've never seen him like younger. I just know him as older.
Yeah.
Good looking guy.
Oh my
I
God,
was-
my mother
He was like very like.
loved Bon Jovi. Like number one guy.
Really?
Yes.
My mom hated Bon Jovi
No,
because she
loved him.
was obsessed with like 80s like rocker, like
Yeah.
you know, big hair,
Oh,
like whole thing.
He was ruining the music for her.
she
Living on a prayer.
yeah, but the thing is she loves so many of his songs.
Yeah.
But she was like I don't know. She loved Prince a lot. Like a lot.
Interesting.
But yeah, I was thinking of a different character, the one who like wants to like pee on her or pee on this, whatever. That's another
yes.
storyline. He's like a
Is that Carrie,
politician.
though? I thought that was
no,
Miranda.
it's Carrie,
Oh.
and he's like a politician, and then she writes an article, like she writes one of her
Oh,
Cosmo things, and like it's a
Yeah,
whole thing. Yeah.
Okay, still 6-2. Ria and Fran. Question number 14 to them. Shout out Alexa from Miami. In Friends, during Monica's surprise party, Chandler tells him to put his tie on, but Joey says it hurts his blank.
This wasn't the question you were manifesting.
No. I have no idea what this is. Not at all.
Repeat the question.
In Friends, during Monica's surprise party, Chandler tells him to put his tie on, but Joey says it hurts his blank. Chandler tells Joey to put his tie
Yeah.
on.
Esophagus?
5 seconds.
Throat?
No. I mean, your throat would be the
Time is
easy
up.
answer, which is means it's not right.
Esophagus.
But
Incorrect.
throat. Final answer.
Incorrect. To Katie and Melissa.
That would make logical sense.
Yeah, my guess was Adam's apple.
I was thinking
Final
Adam's
answer.
apple too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Final answer. I'm good with that.
Incorrect, because he says it hurts my Joey's apple.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
We're close.
That's a classic Joey line. That's
That
hilarious.
Joey.
Yeah.
guess.
That's funny.
Okay, final question. This is to Katie and Melissa. Shout out Elizabeth from St. Louis. What class does Miley need to pass a test in order to go on her European tour in Hannah Montana?
Isn't it
Anatomy, because she does the bone dance.
Bone dance.
Doing the
yeah.
bone.
Anatomy.
Yeah.
Is
Is
that
that
have to
okay?
be anatomy and physiology?
I'm gonna go with anatomy, or biology, or shit. What do you
go
think?
with anatomy.
Yeah, anatomy.
Final
Final
answer.
answer.
Technically, that's incorrect.
Well, is it just
Anatomy.
biology?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
well,
just
like
like,
it's science, but
Yeah,
it's
science.
biology, like
Yeah.
science or biology.
yeah. But like it's, anatomy,
Anatomy,
is,
it's all the
falls under
same.
biology.
It's all the same. But you
But
don't.
it is
but
close
if you're
enough.
but if you're in school, you wouldn't say I'm going to anatomy class.
Well,
I took anatomy in college, so that's why I was in my
yeah,
head.
in college, probably not high school. You wouldn't say it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, my high school. That's fair. Yeah, Bridgewater had anatomy.
Fair
As
enough.
far as I know.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Bone dance, a classic.
It was science class,
Yeah, right.
Science.
It was the right,
Yeah.
right area. Okay, that was last
Hey,
question.
That was
round
it,
two.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah. Hey, you guys got 2.5. We'll give you a half on that one.
yeah. That was basically right.
So last
right.
question. What are we sticklers? The last
Yeah,
question.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
you might as well
Yeah.
give them 3.
Right. Oh, thank you guys so much for playing. That was so much fun.
Thank you.
When you get a
Thank you,
chance,
guys.
send know your address and sizes. We'll send you some merch. Thank you guys so much.
Definitely.
So
Yeah.
nice
Thank
meeting
you.
you.
Thank you for sending like.
Yeah, and thank you for the questions.
Yes.
They've sent a million questions, especially
Yeah.
leading
Amazing.
up to
Oh,
this game.
Well,
Thank
that
you so
question will
much.
come in the next.
Yeah,
one.
we'll get to answer it. And
I'll look forward to it.
guys, please tell Rudd I said hi, and I'm wishing him all the
I'll literally
happiness.
text
Amazing.
Please
Yeah, of
text
course.
him. All right, thanks,
will.
guys.
Bye.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We love you guys so very much, and we will talk to you on Monday.